Good afternoon, baseball fans. We're getting ready for quarterfinal action here from Merrill Blackburn Field on the historic grounds of England Air Park. I am Doug Gann with 446 Sports alongside of my broadcast partner for the evening, Nick Magnano. Nick, welcome back to Grace Christian.
Man, beautiful evening out here. 82 degrees, no breeze, so maybe a slight breeze. So sun's setting on the west side, so it's going to be a beautiful night.
So I've got a little bit of a dilemma. Not a dilemma necessarily, but here in a moment I'm going to have to step away from the mic. I'm going to go up and go back to my old roots of public address here and do the starting lineups for them here at Grace and the welcome. So excited that they've invited me back to do that. The transportation is backing out of the garage there, and they're coming to pick me up here.
Okay.
So we'll do that, and I'll leave it with you. And I don't think I'm in danger of the jokes while I'm gone.
Now there won't be any dad jokes. I can tell you that. So.
No dad jokes, no Doug jokes, none of that, guys. We'll have the starting lineups for you momentarily. That is our Velar and Green starting lineups. But Nick, I'm going to go ahead and leave it to you. You know, never mind. I'm just going to step aside, and we'll get into a lot of baseball when I come back, but it's all yours.
Excellent. So, and as Doug's making his way up to the PA perch up there for the press box, we want to welcome everybody. Hopefully there's some from Downsville that are watching. We are a production of Grace Warrior Baseball, so we are going to be partial to them. We're going to cheer for them, but we also are going to be very respectful to Downsville if they make a great play or things that they do well. This is a quarterfinal match, so the winner of our quarterfinal game. So the winner of this does go to Sulphur next week, and so it's been a good season for both these teams, and excited that we have a chance to broadcast it. It's on 446 Sports. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We have a website, 446sports.com. Please go and like these posts, share, subscribe. Subscription is free for almost everything we do high school-wise. Also want to mention that we're going to be covering the softball tournament, the conference, the Red River Conference, this weekend for which, if you're not familiar with it, that's the conference that LCU and LSUA play in. So there's going to be multiple games at a time, so we're going to try to cover all the games possible, and definitely look forward to that, and just excited about the process. Of course, the seasons are winding down. School's winding down. We're a month away, or less than a month away, from summer vacation. So, once these seasons are over, we're going to take a little break and regroup. We do cover multiple football games, football seasons. Also want to shout out, and I'm sure a lot of the girls, I know Coach Rozier's here. I want to shout out to the Grace Lady Warriors for their first ever state championship. They did that this past weekend, Saturday, and real excited for them bringing the hardware back. They were down there last year and didn't quite get it done, but this year they did, and they have one senior. Her name's Ava Gio, and it's a good way for her to go out, but as a senior. But they have a lot of returning players coming back next year, so that's gonna be exciting to see them next year. And Coach Rozier has a bunch of kids that are 8th grade all the way through, so they ought to be solid for the next few years. But for the next 2 or 3 hours, we're gonna try to focus on the Grace Warrior baseball team. You see Josh Brown, the coach Josh Brown there, talking to the umpires. The umpires are from the Northwest Association. Actually Downsville is from what I saw on the map, they're just south of Farmerville, kind of between Farmerville and Shudra, north of I-20. So they probably had maybe a 2.5-hour drive. So probably a good trip down, probably 167. They may have come 165, but so they had a little trip coming in. This is Division V baseball, so what you do is you play one game. There's not a series like they have in Division III and up. So it's a winner-take-all today. Like I said, with the opportunity to make the semifinals and be in Sulphur next week. So once again, excited about it, excited about this. Doug's going to, after the coaches meet right there, and talk about the parts of the field and the stadium that are critical for when the ball's in play. Doug, the players will come line up. They'll do the national anthem, and they'll do the starting lineup. So Doug will, when he's doing that, I'll I'll go to mute. But I also want to thank Chuck Perkins, who's our executive producer, who does a lot of things for us. Don't know if Chuck's going to make it on a broadcast tonight, but appreciate it. And Chuck has a big moment this weekend where his daughter's graduating from LCU. So congratulations to him and his wife and him and his daughter on her graduation. So I want to talk about our sponsors. Valex Federal Credit Union is our title sponsor for all 446 events. We have Southern Air, where you'll see the cool play of the game is Southern Air. We have Quibido's player of the game. So Quibido's Cajun Cafe, appreciate, the Valence Wells Velo family. Doug Young Nursery. Doug Young Nursery is one of our corporate sponsors. BK Distributors. BK Distributors has been a sponsor for us for a while. BU Designs. Melissa Gann. Support her for all your apparel needs as well. Kimberly Harrell Appraiser. Miss Kimberly met her and her husband a couple weeks back at Rosie Joe's. Just a really nice family. They just had the birth of two twins. They had twins, so congratulations to them. Sadler's Towing. Sadler Towing for our ticker that runs across the bottom of your screen. Appreciate Miss Janelle and Sadler's Towing. Jason Hawk Farm Bureau. Jason Hawk, talk to Hawk, for your insurance needs. Polos and Plaids. Polos and Plaids they were sponsors of our fishing shirts, our uniforms for our football broadcast, and we still wear these, and we know they're durable because we wash them 3 times a week because we wore them 3 times. And then Wallace Eye Associates, who is our scoreboard right there in the bottom left corner. And you'll hear us called the Flexi Score as well. But thanks to Wallace Eye Associates for that. So looks like that's our corporate sponsors there. Like I said, Valex Federal Credit Union is our title sponsor for all 446 Sports. See the 2 umpires there. See if we can't get okay. I'm gonna mute my mic and see if we can't hear Mr. Gann. And as you can see in your screen there, starting pitcher Canyon Wright, warming up with Cody Davis. Cody Davis behind the dish tonight, and Canyon on the bump. And then going around, we have Seth Cook at first base. We have Jack Palmer at second base. Maddox Adelise at shortstop. Cooper Courtright on third base. And Braden Wells in right field, Town Epnet in center field, and looks like, I'm trying to see here it looks like Doug's coming around. Logan Markle is your left field. Sorry, the sun's facing right there. You guys got to see the flag towards the very end of the national anthem. I hope you guys could hear. The wind started blowing. Old Glory there, and what a beautiful sight that is. What a wonderful country we live in to be able to come to things like this freely. Ooh, wow. Just had somebody in the bleachers get hit by a ball, and they seem okay. So we're going to but talking about being able to come and watch a high school baseball game like this freely, with no restrictions. And we appreciate everybody who fought and did this for us. So, hey, you can slow down. You can slow down. We got it under control. So I'm just 4 dad jokes in. Oh, God. So so hope I didn't mess it up too bad for you. But your play-by-play for the Grace Warriors. Grace Warriors baseball team, Doug Gann, is back with us. So it's time to play ball, Doug.
Thank you, Nick. First pitch coming to you at 5:34. Big time Canyon Wright on the hill. He'll face Caden Dodd, the second baseman for this Downsville team. Misses the first one up high, and we're underway. Good thing I didn't have to run.
I was going to say, you need me to talk a little bit. So, you know what? That's all the payback for how many times you made me walk up and down the bleachers for Ash football games.
Look, I think you're going to be okay this year. I don't think you'll have as much of a problem this year.
So, and this is Caden Dodd leading off for Downsville. I know Doug's trying to catch his breath.
We got it. Gavin Coates in the unnamed on deck circle. Thought I'd give that to you.
That's right.
Big time rocks back and delivers this one. It misses up high and quickly 2 balls and no strikes.
3.
Is it 3?
3-0, yep.
Missed that one while I was looking down. There you have it.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't tell him that you were on the broadcast, so
yeah, please.
Yeah,
please.
I didn't let him know that. Close that one right down the pipe, and we have the game's first strike. Defensively for the Warriors, we'll look around the defense. In left field is Logan Markle, center field, Talon Epnet, and we'll finish that up for you in a moment. That one misses high, ball 4, and a leadoff walk issued to Caden Dodd. Gavin Coates now batting there, and you get a look at Dodd over at first base, and we'll get ready to go, and that will send Canyon to the stretch to face Gavin Coates, the shortstop for Downsville. Again, Epnet in center field, Braden Wells over in right. Third base is Cooper Courtright, shortstop Maddox Adderley, second base Jack Powell. Charging in is Cooper, thinking about the bunt over there as he has squared around pretty good. That's a good-looking pitch, but it misses out of the zone, ball 1.
I don't know where that one missed, Doug. A tight zone tonight.
Second base is Jack Powell. First base, Seth Cook in the battery tonight for your Warriors. Cody Crash Davis behind the dish, and big-time Canyon Wright. Tozer-Ever, he is 1 walk into this game already. Coates squaring to bunt here. Pulls that one back and takes that one right down to pipe. Strike 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. And he may have just been trying to take a little bit, Nick, because that was as good as any first strike offering.
Yeah.
Look, you gotta have to be aggressive. 17 wins on the season for Downsville, so good-looking ball club.
Yeah, not a big roster, but they seem to be a smaller school. So
what do we say? 13 players make up that roster.
Mm-hmm.
Another one taken inside, and Avon gets that one across. Just having so what do they do, Nick? Here, just figuring out the strike zone. Now, as pitchers, you want to get to what the ump's calling, whether he's calling lower, higher, in or out. That's where you want to be.
Right. And, when what is it? So it's now 7 of his first, 9 pitches are balls. He's just trying to figure it out.
They'd be wearing him out in College Station.
I tell you, man, he's tight. This guy's tight. It's and And that's the thing about it. I mean, we've seen some broadcast where, especially when the camera's been up in the press box, where it's been 6 inches outside and not in the
river.
Yeah, maybe on the outside bank of the river, but
Right.
they've called it. But so yeah, of course, it is playoff baseball, and we're in the quarterfinals, so we're supposed to be the best of the best right now.
Throw back over to first. Yeah, the winner of this punches their ticket to Sulphur. The Warriors looking to get back there. Oh, goodness. It seems like they've made a home down there. Have been unable to get past the semifinals, though, in the last 2 or 3 years. Looking for a return trip to the state title game, and that would be a game against, you think, district foe. That was a snap throw down to first. The runner was off and going, so Cody throws behind the runner. Thought that was ball 4.
I was just going to say, I must have missed something, too. I think everybody thought it was ball 4. Because I had 3-1 as well, Doug, so I don't know that's interesting.
Well, that'll give Canyon an opportunity to come back and get him here. Canyon looks back in at Dodd, now fires that one in, driven up the middle. He's going to have the runner in a rundown, and that's good work by Canyon, who just says, I'm not going to throw this ball at all. I'm coming to get you. And why don't they have football here at Grace Christian?
We should probably think about the 8-man, 9-man football for sure.
A blue chip linebacker is what he is. That was just a good play by Canyon, making a big-time one. That's going to be scored a fielder's choice for Coates, so he will not be credited with a base hit there, and Dodd is going to be retired, 1 unassisted for the game's first out. This is Charles Vick.
Well, and the thing, too, is the great thing about it is he got the lead runner, so, eliminate the lead runner. That's good.
That's right. That runner had just made his way down to second base, and there's a good one from Canyon.
Yeah. Strike 1 there. So he's first to the 3 batters that he's actually let off with a strike. So.
Boy, the nerves got me up there on the PA. The mic, it's been forever since I have been up there under the hallowed press box walls there. 0-1, runner off, and Davis is going to have him by plenty. Oh, he calls him safe, and I don't know if the throw off the line, but he had him by a couple of steps.
Yeah, that's
Gavin
interesting as well.
Coates gets the game's second stolen base.
Yeah, I was looking at I was following in the camera, so just curious to know. It must have pulled Adelise off to the third base side, I guess.
0-2 the count here. Canyon got those sleeves on. I don't know if that's going to mess with them a little bit. It is hot out here.
Yeah, it's definitely warmed up.
That one driven over to Powell, and he's going to have a double play there. On to second to retire the side, and they giving Jack Powell a little bit of love there. Officially, that is a line out for Vick. That'll be 4 unassisted, and then it's going to be 4-6 on the double play for the game's the inning's third out. So you have 2 runners reach base, but boy, that does it. Vick lines into an inning-ending double play there. 2 up for the Warriors in the bottom half of the first. Cody Davis, Canyon Wright, and Braden Wells when we come back.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
Certainly not where we are. Look, I'm struggling pushing all of the buttons here, but we're all right. We're going to see. I don't know. No, I think we'll be okay here. I think we'll be just fine. I'll stand up a little bit and do this and good look at the field here, and we'll stay a little wider on our follow cam and off of this one as much so that we can keep a little better eye. I'd rather see this view than any of them, and we'll be able to follow along with it there as Nick is on the follow. Again, due up for the Warriors, Cody Davis, Canyon Wright, Braden Wells, Maddox Adelise, Seth Cook, Logan Markle, Talon Ebnett, Cooper Courtwright, and Jack Powell. A little bit of a different lineup than we've seen. Moving around to something that we had probably seen a little bit earlier, but you see Canyon in the 2-hole in this one. Coach Brown moved him there towards the end of the season just to try to get a little bit of that pop up to the top. So you've got Cody Davis, Canyon Wright, Braden Wells, Maddox Adelise, Seth Cook, and Logan, who has come on well hitting the ball. And we know how streaky of a hitter Talon Epnet is. Courtwright and Powell there towards the bottom of it at 8 and 9. But it's difficult to pitch around somebody to get to somebody in this lineup.
Definitely. Then we have Meeks, your pitcher. Vic is your catcher. And we'll come around with the positions after this.
Curveball misses inside, and that is, we'll get this in front of us here. There you go. On the hill, Sawyer Meeks will stand in there, and the righty delivers and misses this one low. 2 balls and no strikes. Defensively in left field, it is Hayden Hartwig. Center field, John Hudson. Right field, Aiden Hammonds. Third base is Bryce Wilson. That one misses up and away. 3 balls, no strikes. Shortstop, Gavin Coates. Second base is Caden Dodd. First base, Luke Gates, and a battery tonight for Downsville. That first strike there. Charles Vick behind the plate. Sawyer Meeks on the bump tonight for Downsville. Downsville looking a little like the Cubs here with their gray pinstripes, or their gray uniforms with the blue pinstripes. Trimmed in red. There's a ground ball right up to the second baseman. Going to be bounced around and thrown away, and Davis is going to be on with an error. Davis will reach on the error and just thrown away by the second baseman there.
Yeah, I don't know if he thought he had too much time, and then maybe got a glance at Cody running down the line and got a little excited. But we'll definitely take that. So, hey, the key about a leadoff batter, just get on base.
Get on base. That's
all we need you to do.
Canyon Wright looking for an opportunity now to get the first tally on that Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. You see it down in the corner. Big thanks to all the sponsors that have been a part of baseball for us all year long. Baseball, softball, football, basketball, and all things in between.
As umpire, he's been consistent over the first inning so far. I mean, he's got a tight strike zone, and
isn't that all you want?
That is. Well, I don't want a tight strike zone, but I want it to be consistent. So you're right.
That one there for the strike upper half, and a throw back over to first. Looked like
delayed throw.
Looked like a fish hit the line right there as quickly as you went to it.
Yeah, sorry about that at home, but I was not expecting that. He looked like, Cody was pretty much back on the bag whenever he threw it.
Working on Cody over there. Cody getting a good lead. So here's a little nugget for you. He is tied for the all-time stolen base leader at Grace Christian. He has tied the record in the last regular season game they played. So the next stolen base for Crash will set the record. And Meeks not wanting any part of that dubious record.
Yeah, I mean, you put the pitcher that he stole, or you put the catcher he stole it on.
Right, it's on one of them, you know that. But we've got on our follow cam, so you'll be able to see it all the way down should Cody take off. Cody's not a real big lead, but he doesn't need one. A pitch out, and don't think they haven't watched the broadcast as well, as that was up and away.
I will say this, too, now that we're on air and they've already – I was very impressed with Downsville's coach, how he was coaching the outfielders on how to play the ball off this ball, because this is definitely we've seen in a number of broadcasts, Doug, that this is a different setup out here, and if you don't pay attention the way the ball's hit off the wall, it comes into play for sure.
It can bring a lot of bases into play. You're exactly right. 2 balls, 1 strike from Meeks to Wright. That one misses up high. Beautiful, beautiful sky this afternoon. Just a few clouds salting the sky. I don't want to say peppering it. That would be the better term, but that one misses down low. And Canyon Wright aboard with a walk. So a walk and an error, respectively, And Davis down at second, but Davis has stole a number of his. Would have the record on that one had he not been thrown out at third earlier in the season, and I remind him of that often. But he reminds me that he was a much better baseball player than I, and I agree with him. Although he never even saw me, the bar wasn't set that high. Stepping in for the Warriors, Braden Wells.
Yeah, that definitely is a change, didn't it?
Did you get a fist bump from Braden when he came out? Did he save one for me?
Well, I'm sure he'll probably dap you up on.
That's right. Next time they come out here, Meeks looks back at Davis, who doesn't have much of a lead. Boy, whatever it was that Meeks did, kind of buckled the knee of Davis as he was buckled and looking back towards second. And that's one of those as a pitcher you go like, all right, that's right. There's a delivery. That one right down the pipe to Wells.
You know, he's got a lot of different movement. I mean, there's nothing, it's just he's kind of all over the place. So.
Well, you can tell that's what's made him successful going to the bases, too. He had a lot of good moves. Wells squaring around a bunt now. Misses that one, swings through it, and that evens things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Boy, you got that bunch. You want to lay it down and get those runners to second, third. Try to strike early here. Put some momentum and some pressure on this Downsville team looking for the upset and to advance to Sulphur just a week from now. Boy, it's been a couple of weeks since the Warriors have played. That one roped out here. And that one's going to be dropped. Right fielder lets that go through his glove, and Davis will hold at third. All runners move up 90 feet. 2 errors by Downsville tonight and a walk put the first 3 on, and that's Maddox Adelise that will come to the plate.
Yeah, and you saw on your screen whenever that it just went in and out of his glove. And
they did see it. I did have the camera over there on it. So
and so that issue, of course, you have your coach coming out and talking to the pitcher.
Got to come out and visit here, but yeah, you were saying.
Well, so Cody had to hold up. Cody and Canyon both had to hold up, thinking that that's why fortunately we were able to get him advancing from second to third, but traditionally a base hit, that's he's scoring from second base.
That's right, and did a good job of getting that ball back in, because a lot of times when you see one go over the head of an outfielder, there's 2 bases involved, but to your point, Nick, he had to hold.
Yeah.
And so that's difficult to go. 17 wins on the season for this Downsville team. And Meeks will get ready to do battle with Maddox Adelise. Maddox, the junior, swings that pencil bat. We'll show you a little better look of that on your screen. That's Hayden Travinsky special is what that is.
Yeah, I wonder if, Hayden got to use it for 1 at bat. I wonder if they got special permission to use it and then had to put it on the shelf, because there hasn't been any more after that.
That one inside. Would you believe it if I told you that was the actual bat Hayden Travinsky swung?
Oh. No, there's no way. There's no way.
Thank you.
I'm just looking. There's no way. He swings the telephone pole. I don't think. Oh.
That one lifted high. Left fielder tracking it down, and it's over his head, too. And this is going to be a difficult night for Downsville. That is their 3rd error of the game, Nick, in 4 at-bats. Mm-hmm. That is an E7. There was an E9 earlier and an E4 and a walk. And Crash comes all the way around to score following his lead-off error that he was on. And Seth Cook, 10 home runs on the season, 9 home runs on the season. But 10 is what he had.
Yeah, and that's one. And, man, I had it right in the screen, and then our pole got in the way here. But that's all right. I think you could probably see it went just over the left fielder's head.
Meeks delivers this one inside to Cook. So no RBI awarded to Adelise. Don't forget, you can watch the highlights, follow along, 446sports.com, home to the Red River Athletic Conference softball tournament.
I did mention that.
Seth swings through there. Got pushed back a couple of days. It was supposed to start at 9 in the morning. But similar to why this game got pushed back was the rain that's coming in Thursday and Friday to our area, and wanted to get these in. That one is hammered out down the left field line, and that is the game's first base hit. Going to bang around in front of the Possum's corner. 1 run is in, 2 runs are in, and Cook is going to be there with a 2 RBI double. And nobody's feeling it more than Seth Cook.
Yeah, that was a rocket shot. One bounce to left field there, and like it was almost hit too hard because, Adelise wasn't allowed to score.
I'd like to tell you that's the old 553, the old 546, and the 532, but it's not.
So, the excitement out there for the player on second base with that double. So,
Meeks, not a lot of help from his defense today, and he finds himself in a 3-0 hole with nobody out, and Markle swings at that one and fouls it straight down. Markle, one of a couple of 8th graders that are starting tonight, and a couple of 9th graders, some juniors and seniors. So a lot of younger players, multi-ages really spread out through this Warrior lineup. That one misses low, and nobody's going anywhere. Again, at this point, if you're Coach Brown at third base, there's not really a reason to do anything.
That's it. Second and third, no outs. Of course, the coach probably come out, Downsville coach probably come out and said, hey, we need the ball over the plate because we don't want to walk everybody. And now they're, it's just a little bit too much over the plate.
Yeah, but in his defense, he's thrown 3 that should be for outs.
You're right. You're exactly right. They should be out of this inning. You are correct.
With no runs.
You are correct.
You get around the walk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Cody's first one off the bat.
The game's only base hit, and that was a double. That one fouled back and out of play over there near where the parking lots are, and folks are starting to make their way in. Overflow parking is there. Good crowd out here on hand tonight. Good crowd made it down from Downsville.
So it looks like the England Authority must have made them take what's the swing that hangs out there?
The hammock?
The hammock down.
The hammock is gone. The swing that hangs out there. I got you.
So
full count delivery. That is lifted over the first base bleacher area, and it's going to drop down, and they'll replay that full count offering. Logan Markle got to start in left field tonight as
it must have been a balk because they just advanced. Adelise just scored, and Seth's now on third.
Indeed, there you have it. Good pickup there. So Adelise comes around, Seth goes to third, and that was on the balk. So that error, the 4th of the game on him. Scooting in now on Markle, and that one bounces around, ball 4. And he will reach. That'll put runners at first and third once again.
I'll tell you, with the exception of Canyon walking one, Coach Brown couldn't ask for a better start.
Oh no, this is exactly what you wanted out of this. And kudos to a great season. This one by far there's so much baseball left, but this has the makings of one of those innings where the Warriors put up a lot of runs. They've got 4 in the books already.
Yeah, and Doug, it's been they played the Friday after the season. They went and did the
at McNeese.
And
did you hear about that shot that Canyon hit out of McNeese?
Yeah, I did. But now we're looking at it would have been 2 weeks Friday. And Logan's going to advance there to.
Yeah, Markle will make his way down to second base.
But if
you see him there on your screen.
But this was scheduled to play tomorrow, right?
Friday night.
Friday night.
Friday
okay,
night.
So it's Wednesday. So they would have been 2 weeks without any live action. And I know that Sulphur, I know everything is going to be, they want all the games down there at the same time. But that's just unacceptable.
So here's what happens to you again now. You think they'll play next Friday or next Thursday or so. You're going to have another week layoff.
Yeah. And I will say this.
Whoever advances out of this game.
The Menard, we cover Menard as well. And that's been basically, but thing about them is they're playing best 2 out of 3 series, so you at least get a couple of games.
Right.
So, but man, when you're playing 1 game, that's a lot. Whenever your team's used to playing, 2 minimum, possibly 3. Most of these guys towards the end of the season are playing 3 for makeups.
Right, that's right.
And you go from that to 1 game.
And this and quarterfinal action here down in Division 5 is just 1 game. They don't play the best of 3, so You get one ball game and that's all, and that is a walk in the layoff showing there. Not as long of a layoff for Downsville.
Right.
Cooper Courtright will stand in there.
And sometimes that could be an advantage for the team that's coming in, because they've played. And I'm sure Coach Brown, they've been in Division 5 now. What's it been, about 4 years since they did a split like this?
Yes.
So, I mean, he knows the game, so he knows.
Well, no, it's been what is it?
It's 24.
Right, it's 17, because 17 was the year that there was a champion in Class B and there was a champion in Division 5 as well.
All right.
Now, it may not have how they've worked it, how they figured it, but if you remember in 17, Grace was the Division 5 champions and there was a Class B champion.
Okay. I couldn't remember how far it went back. I mean, I obviously remembered that the Warriors won it, but I couldn't remember. So he's at least has 7 years experience. This will be his 7th year, if you just look at that. So, I mean, I'm sure he's been able to, tell his guys, and I'm sure he's probably, by default, he's probably had to throw his guys, live pitching,
Absolutely.
so they can just stay in a routine. So I'm sure he has that worked out.
Well, and it all comes full circle next year as Class B
Right.
and C will split back out or join back up.
Right.
So you'll have a B champion and a C champion. They won't be B and C combined anymore, unless the LHSAA votes to change it again. Which
Right.
what did that happen? The Omega, who was it that got put on double secret probation? So you never know. One of those votes may come around
right.
in here. Cooper Courtright stands in there. He is the Warrior second baseman tonight.
And, Doug, I'd like to point out, if you got a second, about
We do.
Opelousas football getting their championship back.
They got hokey pokeyed is what
yes.
happened to them.
Yeah, and of course, I'm sure there was some stuff that happened, but I did like the quote from the coach is, "The lies come out quickly, the truth, it takes a while." So, but I was glad to see that if they did not, do anything illegal, that it was awarded back to them. So
That one right down the pipe for strike one. Got a text from one of our viewers that said, Doug, what do you mean they got hokey pokey? They got their championship win. They took their championship back. They got their championship win, and they shook it all. There you
That's
go.
right.
That's what happened. That's what I mean. That one is ground over to third base. Going to be a difficult play no matter where it is. Hustling down the line, it bounces around. One run is in. Hustling down the line. Going to have an opportunity at the plate. Not there. Now at third. And safe over at third base is Talon sliding in there. And
yeah, I'm trying to update. I did get Markle's score. I got the two scores and then got the play
Seth
at first.
came around to score. Markle came around to score. Ebnet finds himself at third, and Coop is there on what is the inning's fifth error.
Easily. So Cody's on deck, isn't he?
Jack Powell is at the dish. Yeah, Cody Davis in the unmarked. I said unmarked, going back, but nobody there, not to be confused with Knicks.
We got the how about this? We got the Seth Cook pickoff fake there.
That's right.
Seth made it very, very popular over the years.
Cody Davis will go on that, and there's that. He gives it right back to him one more time. Dragon boats are in town this week.
Yeah, I saw where
rain issues, but they'll be back Saturday.
Yeah, I saw where. And I tell you, whoever moved it to Bulow, that's a wise decision because that river this time of the year
bounces around, and that's going to get past and sliding in is Talon Epnet, and he will score the game's 7th run. Cooper with a true stolen base.
Yeah, so we got Coop coming into second. We did get Talon scoring. So, Doug, what did we? Was that a ball or a strike?
A ball.
Ball. Okay, so we're 1-0 on the Wallace Eye Associate scoreboard.
Wallace Eye Associate scoreboard shows you 7 big bottom of the first runs for Grace Christian in this, and they're piling it on in this one. That one misses inside. Turning away from that was Powell, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. Hokey pokey, I said. Oh, that's terrible. Look, if everyone hadn't muted the game already, they probably have at that point. That one in there for strike one drops out of the glove of the catcher, but no harm, no foul there by Charles Vick.
And looks like So on the
that one is a ground ball up to shortstop. We'll see. He's going to go the short way, but he's going to be safe. Nobody there. It's the third baseman wasn't ready for that throw, and that's kind of the way that it's went. That's an infield single. You don't issue that an error, but that's going to be an infield single on Powell. Or perhaps a fielder's choice. I think I've got to go fielder's choice on that.
Yeah,
and that'll get us back to the top of the lineup and Cody Davis. So the Warriors have 7 runs on 1 hit here in the first. And Crash Davis bats with a runner at first and third.
What I was going to say before is I saw where Chloe, Cooper's sister, she's number 42.
And
I know
a
in
state
soccer,
champion.
yeah, and in softball. And Coop's 42, and we know that Carson was, and we know that CJ was. So they're just handing that number down.
That one bounces around, and they're going to try a snap throw back to third, and that one gets down the line. And it is worst fears realized for this Downsville team tonight, my friends. It is worst fears realized. They are struggling at every turn, and you just hate it to see that for that squad.
Yep, and that was a ball as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Action with the with the movement. Oh,
that one lifted out to center field, camping under it, and he's got it. Thought about tagging, but back, and Brown is beside himself there, and Cody Davis marks the game's first out here in the bottom of the first, and that'll bring up big time with runners at third base. Runner at third is all that it is. That is Powell over there. So the Warriors make it through the top of the lineup without getting an out. And then Davis, who is now 0 for 2 in the inning, reached on the air in the first and flew out to center.
Yeah, Coach still talking. I think it's Jack over there.
Yeah, and look, always coaching up in this one.
Yeah.
Steps in, delivers this one now, and it is hammered down third base and foul.
Coach Brown knocked it down.
So we'll get a shot over there in that perch that's off to the side in a minute. Our old buddy Keith Stokes is over there, and we'll go back to him in just a moment. It's always good. It's like Jack Nicholson at a Lakers game. That one misses.
Ooh, that's a strike, Doug.
I understand what you're telling me, and I understand what he's telling me.
But I thought it missed as well.
1 ball, 2 strikes now to right. Here's a delivery. Swung on and missed, and back-to-back outs recorded as that is a strikeout. And that will bring Braden Wells. Boy, how does that happen? You go through the lineup and can't get them figured out. Second trip through, that's usually when the advantage is, yeah.
Them eyes.
Home run goggles.
That's it. Them eyes get big. Especially when your buddies are knocking the ball around the park.
Braden Wells reached base on one of 6 errors in this inning for Downsville.
It was funny. Went to get the line sheet. Chuck and I had the first game with the lid out here.
That one right down the pipe.
And I went to get the line sheet from Coach Brown, and Tanya was in her spot over there.
That's right.
But when Mr. Stokes said, "How did y'all get a roof before I did?" And I said, "Well, I didn't say we were special. I just
membership has its privileges.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they said on that commercial back in the day?
Yeah, I said, we probably complained a little more than you.
That's right. You got hot. Well, we were torn between that and not being able to make it on some of the Saturday afternoon games
the equipment
for how hot
sure.
it got out here.
Yeah, people don't realize that computer and that ATM for the cameras, that
fouled straight back and a full count to Wells.
Something I learned since I've been covering baseball as well. It's few challenges compared to the press. And look, we complained about some of the press boxes we were in, but for football.
You're 100% right.
Yeah.
And I think it was warmer in the press box still than it is out
You're right.
here
You are right about that.
Game 1.
Ooh.
That's a balk. Yeah, that'll send the run in. Mm-hmm. And so now all 9 have scored for the Warriors, and that is a balk. So no RBI issued to Wells. And unfortunately, he just stopped, and the coach is going to go have a little bit of a word with him over there.
Oh, sorry.
All right, I'm here for you. Not much of anything. Just out there stressing his point a little bit.
He's not done yet. I was looking to make sure. Are we 3-2? Am I right on the scoreboard?
That's what I have.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a very frustrating first inning when you're down 9-0 to the number 2 ranked Warriors. You wanted to come in here and compete and keep it close for 4 or 5 innings, and then you never know what could happen in a game like that. Warriors starting to play tight, but really should have been out of this with no runs, all 9 unearned. That's a backhanded stab, never going to. That one bounces and safe, and Braden hustles down for an infield single as he had to backhand it, so I'm going to give him that infield single. Would have been good play. Tried to Ozzie Smith that one.
Yeah, would have been a good throw. It's a distance there, and looks like the first baseman might have lost it in the sun as well.
Look, that sun is, I don't know if there's a word better than brutal for it, but it is. Wellesley with a good lead. Got to be careful. Meeks has a pretty good move from the hill. Delivers this one to the pencil-wielding Maddox Adelise. Takes that one up high. Boy, sat around and missed not being able to go to Buffalo Wild Wings on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, but you still got your fix Saturday, didn't you?
We did. Oh, look, let me tell you what a blessing that was. Had the opportunity to go up to Monroe, West Monroe area and call a Dixie Diehards game and then go back to Buffalo Wild Wings and do a coach's show there. Dixie Diehards is a league designed for special needs children age, well, roughly 6 to 60. There were some guys there that were playing that were in their mid-60s, and it was the smiles on everyone involved. There's a group of medical students that are there at ULM. They come out and support. Doesn't matter who's playing. They're out in the stands on a Saturday morning cheering. That one misses on the top half of the strike zone for strike 2.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that in the broadcast. Glad we were able to bring that up, but glad John set you up with that as well.
Yeah, John Caraway doing big things as a regional manager for walk-ons, and that one lifted high, right field making a beat on it. Going to go back, and that one comes out of the glove, too. A little bit harder catch. They're waving B. Wells around. There's going to be a play at the plate. Yeah, it's cut off. Not in time. That'll get Wellesley home safe. And Maddox is there on what is a pretty good hit, but still I gotta give that another error on it. Had to go further for that one, but still 1 hit, 7 errors in the first inning. And Seth Cook will come to the hill with Adelise at second, and still no RBI for Adelise.
Yeah, you see him handing all the equipment. I still think that baseball players wear more equipment than our football players these days.
Indeed, they do.
Of course, they'll tell you that football's a lot softer than that baseball.
Out of these 10 runs that have scored here in the bottom of the first, I want you to take a wild guess at how many of them are earned runs.
Well, we've got 1 hit, so I'm gonna say 1.
0 runs.
0? Okay.
The errors that got him there is what did it, because you got to remember the base hit
That's right.
is the
That's
Logan
right.
Markle one that would have followed the 3 outs.
That's right.
So all 10 runs unearned in this game in the bottom of the first for Grace Christian. Bounces around and not going anywhere. So, boy, you get around through the lineup and you get outs from Cody and Canyon. Just overswinging, to say the least.
Not expecting that for sure.
No, not at all. 2-1 the count. Now to Cook. Trying to see if that truck out there can make a little more noise. That one fouled back and out of play.
Going towards those really nice live oaks out there.
That's right.
Maybe we'll get a chance to talk to Bubble here in a second.
2-ball, 2-strike offering there is hammered. It's lifted high. It's lifted back, and it is gone. Home run, Seth Cook. That was absolutely a no-doubter in there. Crank out the truck, and you see Cody give it to, as all kids do growing up, the little, oh, yeah, look, good work. Seth Cook put a charge into that one and drove it out of here.
Oh,
Two-run home run.
I don't know how much I got it, Doug. I was trying to get it to land, so we'll hopefully go back and watch it. Maybe we can see if it's – I did get the celebration just there.
Second hit of the game here in the first inning, and it's 12-0. And this is just a monster inning for the Warriors. And that is going to bring number 2. He's coming off a shortstop. That's Gavin Coates. Gavin Coates will make his way to the hill in relief of Meeks. Meeks comes off. Sawyer Meeks will come off. And, you bless his heart. He faced, let's see, 9 and 14 batters on the day. Only gave up 2 hits, but 12 runs. All of that in 2/3 of an inning on their just a difficult start defensively for the Demons of Downsville.
Yeah, it's definitely one where hopefully his teammates are.
So a little story for you about Seth Cook on that home run. Don't know if I had told you this one before, but those of you scoring along may have heard this one. When he was a younger player, young boy on there, his mama made a bet with him when he was a wee little Seth Cook. Said every home run wee little Seth Cook hits, well, I'll give you $100. Well, wee little Seth Cook grew up, and now he's big boy Seth Cook, and that's his 11th home run of the season. And we'll see what we've got here.
Yeah,
we're going to watch Coach continue to warm up. Logan Markle will stand in there for the Warriors. Seth with 4 RBI and 2 base hits in the inning, a double and a homer. Looking to hit for the cycle here.
Yeah, well, I say that. We had one other one barrel him up, but yeah, he's really the only one that's barreled him up, that well.
2 hits on the day.
Yeah.
And the Warriors have how many hits?
2.
Okay, there you have it.
And that first one bounced right underneath the G over there at the 307 mark. So I mean,
well, that's where we saw the first. We heard the first horn go off.
Well, we heard the first horn about 4:45.
Yeah, we're
going to say 4:46. Yeah,
that's what we're saying.
Yeah, so
that one bounces up there to Markle.
Yeah, it'll wake you up if you're not expecting it.
And I've got headsets. We're under the headsets here and still hear it. That one ground past the third baseman. A diving shortstop comes around and gets it. Going to be a base hit for Logan Markle.
Yeah, for sure.
There's no doubt about that one. He walked in his first at-bat, so Markle 1 for 1. 5 and 6 hitters have all 3 hits for the Warriors today. Warriors have put up 12, and Markle restarts the base runners, and Epnet now leads off. Talon Epnet also swings that pencil bat. Good-looking curveball.
Yeah, I was fixing to say, that's a good-looking curveball, yeah. So
that's one of the first ones that we've seen. Of course, it was a lot of fastballs. And then earlier, I think the only attempt at it we saw from Meeks missed inside, didn't quite break.
Yeah. I'm curious to know how fast Mike got off the left field porch over there.
So he's not sitting in the truck.
No.
He's up here on the Possum's perch. And
okay, that's what they call it. Okay.
Possum's Landing is
Possum's Landing, okay. I'm curious to see how fast he moved to the truck to honk it.
That one bounces around, and that's going to chase Markle down to second base. He'll slide in safely, and and Meeks deked him pretty good.
I was
there.
fixing to say, I mean, it's you kind of get frustrated with that because of possible injuries, but it is part of the game.
It's part of the game, but so is a fastball to the pocket too.
Jeez. Yeah, I was making sure I was looking through the screen. Oh,
That one bounced, fouled off his leg, and they'll call that right away. Swung on that and did Talon and fouled it off the instep.
Yeah, I was looking in the screen, making sure that I was like, man, I want to make sure I have him centered. And then all of a sudden I see the shortstop, and I'm like, where's the ball?
Right. And the catcher was just now getting it.
Yeah. But
3 hits, 7 errors, 12 runs across for the Warriors here. Bottom of the first. That one bounces around, and Markle will stand up. He gets a look in this time.
yeah. Of course, in those moments, you get, I mean, the coaches are telling you what to do, but you get excited. You kind of get lost in the moment.
Absolutely you do.
Boy, they had one the other day where Travinsky was coming across, and the shortstop just did just the opposite.
So I'm looking out into that left side over there behind the third baseline, behind where Stokes is, and that looks like members of the Grace Christian State Championship softball team out there, I do believe. Is that what you see out there?
Yeah, I would imagine. And also, I know the track team I heard that the track team was going to come out and support the Warriors tonight, and they have 18 participants tomorrow in the state meet.
Going to be a big time for Grace Christian.
Yeah, actually, probably have a couple that should be on the medal stand and have a good opportunity to be on the highest part of the stand.
Swung on and missed, and that's going to be strike 2. Wow.
I must have missed it too, Doug. I had 3-2. So, but Michael in the press box had 1 strike, so he's closer than us.
They keep that down in the dugout.
Okay.
Is where they keep that.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Mike's in charge of the harassing music and songs and such as that.
I got you. So they run the scoreboard out of the
dugout.
Dugout, okay.
Yep. There's that 31 move, ineffective. The Warriors in no way, shape, or form going to get into any kind of damage here. So this 15-run rule after 3 that you see in regular season play, I think is just an understanding, and I don't believe that is officially a rule. So this one may have to go 5.
Oh, really? Okay.
Snap throw back over to first and not in time.
Breeze is blowing out to left. It's good. Oh, here we go with the shot. Is that going to stay fair?
Foul ball is there, and had a good shot at it, did Coop.
So have you determined, has he played all 9 positions in his career here?
I don't know.
I know I've seen him this year. I know I've seen him at third, short, and second. And I know at least 1 outfield position, if I'm not mistaken, watching the broadcast. I don't think I've seen him behind the plate, and I don't think I've seen him at first.
Outside and taking off and staying the Warriors. Oh, he's going to scamper in there and go ahead and get on the base. I think Brown is going to be beside himself because the play is to get the runner in from third base. But once that it's not going, you got to go on and get into second base.
Yeah, and he took a shot whenever he went to the bag. He got pressed down. That was like a very aggressive out number 3.
Indeed it was. We'll see if our man B. Wells makes his way over here. He's leaving. Yeah. 12 runs the Warriors put up here in the bottom of the first. And, just not the start that you wanted. 7 errors for Downsville in that, and would have been out of the inning with no runs scored. The home run, unearned run as well. All of those that were after the 3-out opportunity is where the Warriors look like they are rolling along to what is going to be another trip to Sulphur. He's going to make his way out here. Timmy, it was me that wasn't here a little bit earlier, but my man B. Wells coming out and saying, what's up? There you go. Good to see that.
A little baseball superstition there, huh?
That's exactly what it is.
You all don't know that that Doug moonlights as a baseball coach as well. So so
look, everything
he knows the insides and outs of being a baseball player and a coach and a little superstition.
So we were doing the LSU ALCU game, and we talked to Haley Fontenot. Haley Fontenot only batting about 563 on the year. On the year, okay? Hammers one, hits it almost out of the baseball field. She hit it so far. If you're familiar with LSUA's softball field and baseball field, she one-hopped the fence in the outfield of the baseball after clearing the fence on there. And we had her in our post-game show and talked to her a little bit, and I said, do you have superstitions or do you anything like that? She said, no, I'm not superstitious. She says, I just get in the batter's box and think about what I had for breakfast. And I said, really? She said, I just clear my mind. So what'd you have for breakfast? Macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
So there you have it. Sawyer Meeks stands in there. Swung on and fouled off back to the fence and strike one. Boy,
makes you wonder what time her alarm clock went off. Was it like 11 a.m.?
College, you throw that in the microwave, cousin.
That's right.
And it's all right.
That's right.
Normally it was cereal. That morning she went the route of that, and they when LSUA posted it, they posted mac and cheese ? On the picture of her getting player of the week. That one is ground over to shortstop. Adelaide's has got it coming all the way across the diamond. Good stretch by Seth, and that will retire Sawyer Meeks.
You know, it was a great play there. Good stretch by Seth, and that's another thing about a size B school like we are. You know, kids have to play multiple positions.
That's right.
It's good that they're cross-trained like that.
Yeah, and anytime Canyon, that's going to be a clean base hit. That's going to make its way to left center, and it'll come back in, and that is a base hit for Gates.
You know, that's one there to where maybe the coach might have overcoached him, Doug, because he probably could have got to second on that one because it died in the grass, but he is safe, so that's all that counts.
Well, and a lot of rain came through a couple days ago, and that's still these grounds, and we see it out here by the booth where we're at. A lot of water still out in play.
He called that a ball, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, and that's another thing too. Taking consideration how long Canyon was sitting. Well, he wasn't sitting because he did bat, but
twice.
You know, it's.
And that's what we talked about. It had been 30 minutes since he threw. Because if you remember, first pitch was at 5:34.
Yeah.
And it's 6:26 now. Sliding to his knees and out and off and going nowhere was Gates. Well, we saw Cody throw a couple of runners out from his knees in one of those games, that inning that he threw three people out, in one inning. Don't take that away.
Has he committed yet, or is he?
No.
Okay.
Supposed to be going to Tech, and so that one just out stretch. That's going to be an infield sing. Oh, no, it isn't, Jackson. Give me that. He'll go over there in a big play on Hammonds to get the out, and that is the second out. That will send Gates to second base, and John Hudson will stand in there. We talked to him, and wants to go into engineering and wants to get it into the Louisiana Tech system, and so had some offers in Arkansas and not wanting it wouldn't transfer back into the Tech system. So he's looking for a school that perhaps will get him into the Tech system because he's got a lot of baseball left in him. Steps back and swings and fouls that one off.
Yeah, and that's a wise decision because we were very fortunate with Matthew. A lot of his did transfer back,
right.
Fortunately. There were a couple of classes that didn't, that were the religious classes because he was at OBU, but by and large, most of them did. So,
two down in this one, you see it, 12-0 Warriors lead it here, top of the second. That one fouled off.
And, you know, talking to Cody and hearing him on the shows, he's a mature young man, so it's, you know, it's a wise decision on his behalf.
and very intelligent. Since we've followed the career of Cody for years, all the way back to that Iowa trip. Canyon looks back. Rocks and fires, stepping back and swung on and missed, and that will retire the side. One hit, no runs, one runner left on. Due up in the bottom half of the second for the Warriors is going, let's see. So if I've got to look at this correctly, Epnet was thrown out at second base, caught stealing, so Coop's going to lead off. Cooper Courtright will lead off. So due up Cooper Courtright, Jack Powell, and Crash Davis in the bottom of the second. Don't go anywhere. We go, Merrill Blackburn. There, how's that? Back we go, Merrill Blackburn Field. It helps when I put the microphone down in front of my face. Cooper Courtright will lead off. He is 0 for 1, reached on an error, stolen base, and scored a run. Was up at bat when Epnet was caught crawling, stealing. Had the play on, trying to get the run in from third, but when it doesn't work, you get on down to second base and didn't do it. And Brown's still going to be talking to him about that one. But that future is so bright for that young man, Talon Epnet.
Yeah. And if you are just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, it is the bottom of the second. I know it's been an hour, but it's the bottom of the second.
Somewhere Chuckles is having a little chuckle there with us as this is rolled into almost an hour. That one in there for strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. A little over an hour, an hour and 9 minutes into this one.
12-run first inning will do that. Bottom of the first will do that, huh?
Indeed it will, and could have been 3 up, 3 down. Well, it could have been 4 because the initial leadoff walk was in there. Braden has scored twice. Maddox has scored twice, and Seth has 4 RBI and 2 hits. He's 2 for 2. That one lifted high, tomahawked high and into the sky here at Grace Christian, and it is caught by the center fielder, John Hudson, who brings that one in.
Yeah, so
Senior Jack Powell will step in for the Warriors. He reached on a fielder's choice earlier in this one. We gave it to him, thought about the hit, but there was a win. They went to third to get Coop, and nobody was there.
going back, what I was going to say, going back, if you go look at the play that Jack made, you know, at second, you'll see that Canyon was coming at him, the runner run across, so it was great that he focused and made that play.
A lot of off-speed stuff being thrown up there by Coates. Gavin Coates, the shortstop, probably one of the better arms on this team, has thrown a steady diet of off-speed breaking pitches, and it's got these Warrior hitters off balance, the last couple of them. When hammered, and it's going to be the 8th error of the afternoon for.
Oh, and he gets the second because it goes into the dugout. So is that?
So it had to have bounced up and went in there, or did they throw it in there?
He threw it in there.
Then that's 2 errors on the play.
I was going to ask, yeah. There was an error by the third baseman on the play itself, and then an error by the shortstop on the throw.
And that's going to bring Cody Davis to the hill. Cody 0 for 2 on the afternoon has scored a run, reached on an error back in the first, and flew out to the center fielder. Like to see Davis not pressing here. Good curveball in there, strike one.
Yeah, it seems to be his best pitch, Doug.
It is, and again, you got to be careful with that slow curveball. If you hang that, these Warrior hitters will just will hang it out by the YMCA. Bounces around and going nowhere is Powell.
And that's one of those things where just knowing your surroundings. Senior knew not to advance.
Headed to Champion Christian College up in Arkansas is Jack Powell. For his academic and athletic career, he'll go play baseball up there. It's been a good pipeline up out of that area.
Yeah, who was the one that Cody's tied with? Y'all were talking about. I think he said Coach Brown said he's in Alaska now. The former player
swung on and missed, and Cody was trying to put that up here and give us a souvenir
on the stolen bases. You ran into him. You don't remember you ran into him a couple weeks ago? I'm sorry, I put you on the spot.
No, yeah.
Sorry.
He's got the record in several things.
Right.
And, gosh, I'm gonna name escapes me now.
I know he recognized you.
Yep, able to visit with him for a little bit, and out there at the front yard food truck park is what it was. That one misses low, and that's going to get Crash on board. And so the stolen base watch continues here. It's going to have to be done with a double steal at this time as Powell is in front of him at second base. Look around and see if you can get a good look there at Powell on second.
Nope.
And then over to first base is Davis. And big-time Kenyon Wright stands in there. He walked and struck out both of those at-bats in the first inning, so he is 0 for 1 on the afternoon, and that one is in there for strike one.
Yeah, I did get Cody walking the first. Yeah, but you said I don't pay attention to the show.
That's right. Swung on and missed, and Cody and Canyon trying to hammer another one, and he's down 0-2. Got to choke up and a little two-strike approach here.
Yeah, he trying to put the ball. Might be trying to get Seth's dad to
trying to honk the horn.
Yeah, honk the horn for
everybody
him
trying to honk the horn. Curveball misses down low for ball one.
That was a good eye there because that was the same pitch, just about 3 foot short.
And look, that was one of those that you thought K-Dub was gonna get after.
Yeah.
1 ball, 2 strikes to right, 1 down. You see that on your Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. Hammers that one to the third baseman. He's going to knock it down. His play is at second, but not in time. And, again, as hard as that one is hit, I don't know that anybody feels that.
Yeah, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to blame the third baseman on that one. He made an attempt. I will tell you this. I think we cover 2 of the most athletic catchers in the area between Cody and Ben. I mean, these guys they're very athletic.
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
Most of your catchers, they're not going to beat out that play like Cody just did.
Yeah, Cody hustling down there again is the stolen base career leading tied. Tire? Is that? I don't know. Anyway.
Looks like, is it number 20, Doug? Or is it 23? Is courtesy running for Canyon?
If it is, it's Amond that's over there at first. If that's, it looks like 23.
Yeah.
It is Jacob Amond. Steps back inside and takes that one. Bases loaded, nowhere to go. Warriors 1 down in the first, have yet to score. In the second, put up 12. And that is in there for strikes, 2 balls and 1 strike. Guys, it has been a tremendous season on here. Still some baseball to go. Ash in the quarterfinals, Menard in the quarterfinals, Grace Christian in the quarterfinals, all trying to punch their ticket. And that one lifted out into the gap coming right here in front of us, and Harvey's going to get that one. One run is in. Another run coming around to score, and there's going to be a play at second, but in time with a 2 RBI double for Braden Wells. And B. Wells having himself a game. That is 2 hits in this game for B. Wells, a single and a double, and that gives him a couple of RBI. As coming around to score was Jack Powell, Cody Davis, and Canyon's position. Amond is over at third base, and Wells at second, and that is 14-0.
Still one out, huh?
Still one, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So several records for this young man, but we're looking at we're looking for a career in here and not the season, and we'll try to work on that. Joel Kosinski is the record holder. Joel, back in the 2006 season is where he was from. His family has the front yard food truck park out there, and it's tremendous. It's out 2080s, just outside the city limits of Pineville, but it is right there on your left as you're going out of town. And Kosinski has the longest hitting streak in a season at 28 games. Most hits in a game was 6 back in 2006. That one over to shortstop, little fake throw there and nothing doing. But a runner does come around to score the Warriors' 15th run, and that is Amond. And boy, you got to just take that out over at first base.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't think we could have asked for anything better than that, actually.
Well, Seth Cook batting is one of those things. He's got a double and a homer on the afternoon. He is a single and a triple away from the cycle. 4 by RBI, and he hit that one to dead center field a little earlier. And we'll see what Cook's got if he can honk the horn again. That one bounces over the head of the catcher, and runners will move up.
Yeah, it says Braden Adelise on.
Yeah, Braden Wells now finds his way at third base, and Maddox Adelise is at second. So Joel Kosinski, we believe, is that. I don't see.
Yeah, that's the name that y'all were talking about, and I remember also because he was a soccer player. That was way before I coached there, but I coached against them.
It's body language you look at a lot, and this team from Downsville is it's tough on them now.
Yeah. I will say, Doug, that looks like Mr. Cook is not on the patio over there. It looks like he must be in the truck
already.
Yeah.
You can't jinx your man.
Yeah. And I know they're a minute behind, so he's not gonna hear us. But I don't think they're gonna throw your boy a pitch, especially now that first base is open.
Now you certainly wouldn't believe that. That one misses away, and that's going to put Cook on first base with a walk. And why do you? Wielding one of the hottest bats of anyone. Logan Markle, who's got 2 hits on the afternoon. I'm sorry, he's got 1. He's got a single, and he's got a walk on the day. And, boy, you run out of pitching if you are Downsville in this thing. 17 wins on the season. Warriors 25-9 on the season. They're 18-5 right here. State champions back in 2017. Runners up in 07, 2010, 2016, 18, 21, and 22. Lost in the quarters last year. Of course, 2020 was the COVID year, so nothing doing there.
They went for last year, didn't they?
They went to Sulphur, but they didn't play for the title, so they weren't runner-up.
Yeah, it was semis last year. Okay,
correct.
Right. Yeah, and that was also the game, if I'm not mistaken. Was it the rain delay in that game, or was that 2 years? That was in Hammond.
That was that was last year in the semifinal game, I do believe, as well.
Okay.
And we told you Logan Markle Stands in there. That one misses down low.
Nowhere to put him.
Or looking through all of these records for the Warriors on their baseball pages, that one is taken in there for a strike. Warriors' most wins in a season came with 33 back in 2017 when they won that state championship.
You didn't know anybody on the team, did you?
You might have known a couple of them.
Okay.
Yeah, JG is certainly on that wall. Glad to Josh Gann, center field for Grace Christian that year. Actually finds himself in the Warrior record book as well for most sacked bunts in a career.
Okay.
25 of those.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Pitch played center field, played some left field, and down on strikes there. Alan Epnet will stride in, out on strikes looking, and that is 2 outs now. 3 runs have scored here in the bottom of the second. Bases remain loaded. And Epnet represents the 9th Warrior to bat, so the Warriors have batted around in both innings.
I was just fixing to ask you that, but I didn't want to speak out of turn.
You can't jinx that. That's not
okay. All right. Just
So this would be a
careful.
career for stolen bases. Preston Fuquay, of course, owns the single-season stolen base record with 55.
Wow.
Nobody going anywhere. And that one is the bases loaded. Looking back through, Jacob Harrison, one of 2 jerseys that are retired here at Grace Christian, had 64 RBIs in a season, and that was a record. Also had 14 home runs in a season. And Canyon Wright chasing him.
That name rings a bell.
Indeed. All of these, a lot of these players off of that 2017 state championship team hold records here. Some of them you go a little further back. Again, we talk about Kosinski. Most RBI in a game. 11.
Wow.
Joel Kosinski.
You know, with all these teams and all these runner-ups and the state championship, it just goes to show how difficult it is to be the last one to win.
Look, and we talk about that. So at the end of the season, what Grace has always done is that walks a run in. That is going to bring Wells in to score. We'll send Adelise to third, Cook to second base, and down to first goes Epnet, and Coop will bat for the second time here in the second. No, so at the end of the year, they all huddle after the final game, and the seniors lock arms, and they walk off of the field. And there was a lot of chatter about that before the 2017 games. Look, there's not ever been a team that has not walked off, you know, because Coach Brown will sit there and talk to the team that's coming back after the seniors take. It's like a timeout in basketball. You get them that last walk off of the field. But that's the only senior class. It had Jacob Ladner in it, who is one of the coaches here in that senior class. Trevor Soche, one of those seniors. It was just a group. Luke Boswell, who is on here for most strikeouts, most wins. What is he? Anyway, ground ball over to third base. All he's got to do is touch third, and he will to retire the side. So Cooper Courtwright grounds out to third. He'll actually reach on a fielder's choice, if you will, but and that will get Cook out at third base. If you're officially scoring this, retire Cook 5 unassisted for that. And the Warriors now lead it after 2, 16-0. Don't go anywhere. Kenyon Wright returns to the mound for the Warriors for his third inning of work.
You know, we were talking about those state championships, and I'll tell you here in just a second.
Caden Chappelle is out there. Not sure. I didn't get booed on the announcement, so it's got to be either or. I said Chapel, and if that's wrong, I apologize from the bottom of my heart for that. He's a designated hitter. First at bat in this game. First at bat here.
So Tyler's freshman year, they won the overall boys state championship in track and field.
Okay.
Okay. The leading track athletes, all three of them were freshmen.
Oh, wow.
They never won it again.
They got complacent. Is that what happened to them?
There was a lot of different things that happened, but that's what I try to tell people. I try to tell every team that I coached, and I try to tell, you know, everybody who thinks, who's never been involved with coaching or being an athlete, oh, you know, how did they do this or how did they do that? It's very difficult to be the last. And people laugh about.
It's extremely difficult to win that final game.
Yes, it is.
Sure is. So speaking of winners, I'm looking outside the park over there, and I see snow. Small town snow is what it is. That's that snow cone in the green trailer that's out there. Hardest working snow cone man in the business. He is all around. And no, we're not brought to you by that either. We just we had one of those. And you know, a lot of folks, when they have their snow cone, they get the cream on top of it. They make their own.
Oh, wow.
It's it's got 2 or 3 different things in there. So yes, it's pretty good. So if you've got your down on strikes there, Canyon with a big time strikeout of Chapel, and that's going to bring Bryce Wilson. First time that we've seen Bryce Wilson. He is number 8.
Well, I would text my bride and tell her to get us one, but she's working the gate, which she probably can't leave the gate yet, but maybe somebody will hear, and I like banana.
Right. So, and this has got me in trouble a lot of times, but I like wedding cake.
Okay.
I really, as I celebrate my 19th anniversary a day ago, I make a wedding cake joke getting me in trouble. But, yeah, she's not listening to the broadcast. We know that. But this quarterfinal game makes the 1-year anniversary of your step into the booth with us here at 446 Sports. No story other than it was the quarterfinal game a year ago. Marlene was working the gate, and you just happened to be out there at the gate bringing the money back.
That's right. That's right. I was in the wrong place at the right time. How's that sound? But,
look, if in retrospect, my man would have been like, nah, I'm going to stay here with my wife. But it's been a lot of miles down the road since then, partner, and it's been a great year, and here's to many, many more of those.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It really has. And I really enjoyed that night as well, although I may have made the announcers a mistake of all mistakes, but
they called you Nick O'Crap Magnano for a long time in that one. And so I'm telling you well in advance, because I got a lot of grief for this last year. You're on the broadcast booth for Ash next year, Ash football. I don't want to wait till the week of the Jamboree to tell you that.
Yeah, that was yeah.
Well, you said, hey, yeah, I'll do it. I'll call you again until then. And now it's weird. We talk several times a day now.
Yeah. No, for sure. That's his first walk since the first batter?
It is. Yeah, he walked the leadoff hitter and then walks that. And now we'll be back up to Caden Dodd, who did lead things off.
Yeah, the quick story about this is this time last year, I was doing this with Doug, and Doug.
So it's you telling the story. I'm not, just so we know.
No, I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about the part about communication.
Oops.
So, which obviously, you and Melissa, for 19 years, y'all's communication was better than the communication we had about me doing the announcement with Ash.
Tell you a story about that, too.
So.
Yeah, so when was it? The week of the Jamboree?
Yeah, well, yes.
That I texted you and said, hey, we need to be at the game at 7 o'clock.
That's right.
And you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, I text Doug, 4th of July week. He said, I'm on vacation. We're going to meet next week, and I'll let you know. And a month later, the Wednesday of the Jamboree week, hey, we'll be at Pineville at 5:30. So I looked at Marlene and I said, well, I guess I'm doing Ash football.
You got the last minute call up. That's
Yes,
what
I did.
That's what you got, and it.
And then I ended up driving us over there too.
I just, boy, if you'd have just said no at the table that day. So, good looking pitch there, finds the strike zone. So, being the good husband that I am, I had flowers delivered to my wife at her job.
Okay.
Flowers, a beautiful arrangement. House of Flowers did a great job on there. And some little candle and scented girly type of smelly good stuff was there. That one driven foul and out of play down towards the airplanes at Memorial Park. There you have it. So gets in there and it's delivered, and all the ladies that work with her gathering around there. And you got to read the card, And if you know the relationship my wife and I have, that's always dangerous in the first place. So we'll get back to you right after this delivery from K-Dub. He's got a full count here with one down and a runner at first. That one misses away, so it wasn't a full count. I was going off for a Wild Side Associates scoreboard.
I'm going off the scoreboard, so.
So there you have it. So she takes the card out, and she reads it, and she just busts out laughing. She busts out laughing. And the girls are there and like, oh, that's so sweet. And she can't stop laughing. If you know my wife, once she starts laughing, and praise God, that's the only reason that I was able to land such a wonderful, beautiful woman as my wife, is that I can make her laugh. That one lifted high and fouled down the right field line and out of play over that visitor's dugout. But and so she's just laughing. You know what the card said?
What?
Happy anniversary. Here's to 15 years of happiness. And they're like, that's sweet. She's like, we've been married 19 years. And so
gosh.
15 of them have been very, very happy. But that's her joke. She loves to make that joke. She made that one time. Somebody asked how long we'd been married, and this was 3 or 4 years ago. So she said, we've been happily married 10 years. I said, baby, we've been married 15. She tells him I said what I said.
So the question is, okay,
yes.
Of the 19, if 4 of them weren't happy, was it did you spread them out? Is that how you've done it? You did?
Oh no. They were loaded in at the first, and she is a saint of a woman to still be Mrs. Gann after all these years. I can assure you of that, boy. I dumb up a lot of things in my life, but bless her heart.
And this is the same Miss Gann who has BU Designs.
Yes, it is. Proud sponsor.
That's it.
446 Sports. Indeed, she is. So at year 15, here's what we were going to do. We were going to go to Granbury, Texas. They have what's called the Granbury Wine Walk. Okay. So you go over there, and they got all these vineyards. Anybody that knows that Texas side of it knows that there's all of these vineyards around there. You go and you pay them $20, and you get a little cup, and you carry around, and you can sample all of these different wines that are made there and purchase and all that. Boy, you're blowing you up, aren't they?
Sorry, I usually have those on silent.
Quite all right. It's probably somebody interrupted my dumb story. No, it's a minute delay. That one fouled back as well. So they canceled because COVID hit that year. All
okay.
Right? So they canceled while we were going over there at 15 years. We were going to renew our vows and all of those wonderful things that you do from time to time. So we're planning that at year 20 now. So next year we're planning to go and renew our vows one more time. Only in the meantime, I became a wedding officiant as well.
Okay.
And so that one is fouled off. So I told her, I said, look, I'll save us a lot of time and trouble, and I'll do the renewal of the vows. All you got to do is say yes to anything that I ask you on here. Do you promise to this and promise to that? And she's like, I don't think so, Doug. So, yeah, that's a look into the life of 446 Sports and BU Designs. It's a wonderful life. I hate to use that movie reference, but in fact, it is a wonderful life with Mrs. Gann. So, to my beautiful bride of 19 years, happy anniversary, baby.
Yeah, congratulations to you too.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Back to action here. Even had Sandy Merrill come up and wish me a happy anniversary. She is the athletic director and executive director of ASL Athletics. That one misses down low. And she knows it because it's always the weekend of the ASL softball and baseball state championships. And a lot of times the 30th is on one of those days, my friend.
Well, I'm curious to know if when she sends you the email about renewal for ASL, does she put, do not forget your anniversary?
Oh, she laughs about it and knows that and that's the other great thing about the miss is that she knows what commitment we have, and that is down on strikes. K-Dub looking tough, and we're the question that's out here though is, are we playing 3 or are we playing 5? I know during regular season we had talked about it, and I do believe this game has to go 5, so we'll play another inning and a half out of this. The Warriors will come up to bat in the bottom of the 3rd. They lead 16-0. Don't go anywhere. Jack Powell set to lead things off for the Warriors here in the bottom of the 3rd. They lead at 16-0. And again, we are confirmed with what we thought. It does have to go 5. That one is skied high and chased up into behind that third base dugout that holds the Warriors in it.
Okay, Doug, I don't know if we've talked about this, but
I don't know.
What did you get when you were a kid for a foul ball when you brought the foul ball back to concession?
Got a Coke.
We did too. Danny, they were spoiled in Vernon Parish. They would get snow cones.
Huh?
Yes.
That one is caught there out just outside of third base for the first out of the 3rd inning.
And what was crazy is it was still in the cone part was still kind of the wax paper, kind of like the Coke cup. So they still got to play cup ball as well.
And got a snow cone.
And got a snow cone.
It's ridiculous.
So what I missed, to be honest with you, other than obviously hanging out with my friends and doing that, I missed the old Frito pie that they just cut the bag.
And
pour
just
the
pour the chili in.
No cheese. That's what I was telling my boys. I said a Frito pie does not have cheese.
They don't understand it. No, they don't. They don't get it.
Although I'd probably order mine now with cheese if I would do that. But yeah, you'd burn your hand trying to hold it, but it was worth it.
Sun starting to make its way down here at Grace Christian. That Grace Christian sunset over those trees that's over there out here at England Air Park is one of the greatest.
Yeah, it is. And then, unfortunately, we see the clouds coming in from the western sky that's going to be bringing the rain tomorrow at some point.
Indeed, it's going to bring the rain. Misses away to Davis. Like to get Davis on board here and let him get a shot at that stolen base record here at home. I know that is the furthest thing from anyone's mind in this one, but it is certainly on the mind of everyone that's here. That one bounces in front of the plate and back to the backstop, and what we believe is a 3-1 count.
Yeah.
You get a good look in there at Davis. Again, we appreciate everyone that is on board and that has watched. And we'll take a look around and see who is there in Facebook land watching this one. An interview coming up with Greg Briggs tonight, head coach of Ash Trojan Baseball. They're in the quarterfinals. Great season that those young men are having. And we will see we'll visit with Greg some this evening and have that one up and posted tonight, along with some videos from tonight's contest. But let's take a look and see who we have watching us out. Louisiana Christian on top of LSU Alexandria in baseball.
Oh.
In baseball in the Red River Athletic Conference baseball tournament. That is up at Sterlington.
They moved that up a day, I saw.
Moved it forward. So new pitcher that's on the hill, and that looks like number 16 to me. Is that who you see?
Yes, sir.
So number 16 is Aiden Hammonds. Aiden Hammonds has come in from right field to throw here. And got to believe that Davis will be going early in the count in this one.
See Crash over there talking to Coach Ladner about the potential of putting oven mitt on.
Right. Saying, look, go out there and get it, big fella. So we're looking through this. Ashley Simons Cherry is watching this one. Sheila Franklin is there. Kelly Duplantis. Justice Russell says, shout out to 446 Sports from the Snow Cone Trailer, Small Town Snow. That's my boy. We talked about him out there, so a big hello to Justice and the Small Town Snow hanging out there in the green trailer. We told you that he was out there. And wedding cake with cream and
banana no cream.
So, Justice, if you're still – send one of them young ones around here with a small, easy ice.
Yeah, and Marlene will take a wedding cake as well with cream.
Way to play, Warriors. Nikki Wright is watching this one, of course. See some of the others that are in there.
You know, when you're an adult, you can have stuff like that before you eat supper, right?
Sure you can.
Because we make our own choices,
I ain't
right?
running nothing. Yeah, that's right. That's right. We'll get over to YouTube World and see who's watching us over there. If you've just joined us, make sure you follow along. It's the Cody Davis watch on here now. You see him over at first base. We'll take a quick look at where Cody is. There he is. And now K-Dub is there. That one inside for strike one.
Oh, you fooled me. You fooled me inside.
Fooled me too. Fooled me too. Don't think he didn't. No comments of anybody watching us on there. But and I will give a shout out to all of our new friends and followers and subscribers over there on YouTube. We started the football season this school year with 800 subscribers. We're at 2,270 now. And that one is hammered way back. It is up. It is back. And it is gone. Boy, did they know that one was coming before he hits the horn, before he hits the home run. Oh, baby, what a bomb. Have you ever seen that? He called his shot. Bishop running the bases with him, trying to get a little time in there, and Canyon Wright just flat clobbered that one. Can I say clobbered?
Yeah, I was wondering if it was going to stay fair, and obviously it did. Let's see the celebration here with Canyon coming across, and
big time Canyon Wright puts a big time charge into that one, and that's the one thing that'll keep Cody from being able. He gave him the first pitch to go. He said, "Next one, I'm swinging."
See a student section there with the flag, and
that flag made its way out to the Warrior Roundup, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
There's Keith Stokes out there in that little covered facility, sporting the 446. There he is. That's our buddy, and that's Miss Coach Brown, Tanya Brown. There you see her, and boy, just that's their spot, and they're loving the horn that's blaring, and right now Can't beat fun at the old ballpark, can you?
So so Marlene just texted, a snow cone, really?
Well, if those of you watching there in the game, I bet she appreciated my big dumb Doug stories on there. I think women in general appreciate how not so smart I am.
Oh me, yeah. That was a very entertaining moment there for us with the horn.
Look, he hits it before the home run.
I know. That's
And
what I'm
then
saying.
crushes it.
Yeah.
We got that one on tape. You'll love that, and I bet you heard the sound of the horn. Braden Wells stands in there ready to go to work, and the Warriors lead this one 18-0 in the third. Have to play 5. It's 10 after 5 in this one, so the Warriors will continue. You'll see probably one more round before you see some of those younger players get in there, and they may start getting their way in there towards the tail end. But these guys haven't played in a couple of weeks of real bad. I mean, they played the one at Stanley.
Yeah, I mean, that's why it's an unfortunate situation.
That
And
went
see,
off the Achilles.
And that's the last thing you want there. And I mean, the kid didn't do it on purpose, but that's the last
why
thing
you start
want.
getting players out
That's
of there.
right. That's right.
Because you got a big one coming up next weekend. Look at the helicopters, mate. Can you see that?
Yeah, that's what I was just pointing at. Let me get the camera over there towards it. So
In an 18-0 game, we can do that. That's the helicopters making their way around. Get a little bit of a zoom in on there, and we're here at England Air Park as that one was in there for a ball.
lay your head down at night in this country. Remember the people that are doing that right there for us.
You're absolutely right. Off and going to second base as Wells, and throw down to second is in time.
I mean, Doug, the stuff we get to do in this country freely.
For what they do, looking forward, speaking of our freedom, looking forward to a big July 3rd event out at Bulow Lake. We're going to announce it's going to be our biggest show to date. We know that. That one misses up, and I say we as I put my City of Pineville hat on for a little bit. Out of Baton Rouge, Parish County Line will be coming up to play.
Okay.
And out of Nashville, Billy Joe Jones will come down, and she will play. It is going to be as American and apple pie eating. I've got a spot available in the apple pie eating contest if you'd like to get into that. Would you want to get in that?
Ooh.
We're going to have a meat pie contest sponsored by Debbie's Meat Pie. Going to have an apple pie eating contest, and we're going to have an ice cream eating contest. I can't get in that one. I get the brain freeze too quick.
Man, what's the cutoff for that? Depends on how close do we get to park and everything, because that might be worth just doing that.
You don't have to be in all of them. Seth
Yeah.
Cook stands in there, has 4 RBI on the day. Oh, and he gets headhunted there. That one is off the helmet. Throws that bat there. He was intentionally walked the time before and catches that one off of the dome. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, that's definitely why you gotta.
I don't think I've got another starter batting. And look, there, Coach Brown's coming up, and he's going to.
See Seth about halfway down, sprint to the bag, show he's okay. And like I said, I don't think it's malicious. I just
No,
you
not
know,
at
it's
all.
just-
Not in this one.
It's just one of those things that just kind of starts to happen, and you don't. Of our fourth pitcher coming.
Yeah,
in.
that's going to do it. And we'll see what number is on that young man.
0-0.
00 is there, and that is Dylan Jinks. Dylan Jinks will come in. The righty will throw and get loose here. But you're on your fourth pitcher, and you got to believe that you're going to get into these younger guys for the Warriors without a doubt, because you get one off the dome. You got one for Braden off the heel. It was Maddox.
It was Maddox. It was Maddox. Yeah, I'm
Adelaide's
looking
got
here.
that
Yeah.
one.
Okay. Yeah. Did we have somebody on third or no? Guess not.
No, it's 18-zip on the scoreboard up there, so
Yeah.
nobody's come in unless they're loaded up here. But we're nearing that 2-hour mark, and we're in the bottom of the third. And this is why They need to have that rule in place. It's 15 after 3, without a doubt, because you get deep into pitching, and this could drag on for hours now because the Warriors aren't going to be up there hacking.
Yeah. Okay, so we did. I thought we did. So Braden came across. That's what. Braden came across from third to check on Seth. So we did have. Okay,
there you go. Bases will be loaded, and
right.
Not sure if they have went or if that's Markle that's in there. Because I saw Brown coming out and making something to the officials. Cupid shuffle.
That's Brady. Brady's looks like Brady's coming in to bat.
Brady McDaniel will stand in there. We'll zoom in and see, get a good look at B-Mac. And look, so there's a Mike Cook sighting. Has he been in the truck and out there and just making his way around?
I guess so.
Huh.
When you're a senior parent, you get those nerves, get those anxious nerves going. You don't remember those days, do you?
Absolutely remember them.
Yeah.
So called the game prior, the year prior, called the game via radio for Grace Christian and lost that one in the championship. And that one was tough. And I didn't go down and call the game in 2017. I just couldn't do it. Called Tioga's championship 1 year from down there in Sulphur, but couldn't do it. Was too nervous.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a strike. I'd look everything. I don't care if you roll it in and try to pick up the 7-10 split. It's a strike.
And I've been on these both sides of this in soccer. I've had the 8-0 mercy rule against me, and I've had the 8-0 mercy rule for me. And for these young players from Downs, Downsville, this will be an experience they'll remember to motivate them for next year going forward.
Oh, absolutely. Look, this is good playoff baseball, and that's what you strive for. Look, I'm going to tell you, if your goal is not to make the playoffs, why are you even playing? I mean, this is good for Downsville. Strike 3, ring him. Yeah, look, and I'm sorry, they can email me all you want at chuck@446sports.com with you, but listen and see what we have here at the plate.
Let me zoom in.
Yeah, if you can and see. It's just difficult. That is 32.
Yeah, it looks like 32.
32 for the Warriors is not on the roster, so may not be 32, but it's what it looked like to you and I.
Yeah.
So sorry about that, young man. (18-0). Warriors lead this bottom of the third. This will be our last broadcast for the Warriors this year. Is unable to follow down to Sulphur. They have it. You can find it on the LHSAA network for free. You don't even have to pay for it. If you've got, how do you find the LHSAA network, Nick?
You go. They have an app that you can get on your phone, or they also have it on what is it, Roku, Fire Stick,
that's right, Amazon TV. That's right. So Braden Wells comes in to score, makes it 19-0. So it has been a tremendous year here following Grace Christian, and we'll be watching that one. I don't know, we might set up some sort of call for those, but this community just goes down there and supports it so well. Big high curve, misses up high.
Yeah, so I would recommend them to watch it if you can't make the games. But when they're not in Sulphur, watch 446.
Absolutely. Absolutely. When roped, shortstop goes up and gloves that one, and that retires the side. So defense has been shaky throughout in this one for Downsville, but they go up and make a big-time play right there to retire the side. The Warriors do pick up 3 runs in this one. They lead at 19-0. We move to the top of the fourth. And we are starting off the top of the fourth. Have played 3 innings in as long as it took us to play the first inning in that one. If you'll recall that, the Warriors hit for about 45 minutes in that first inning.
Yeah. Tell you what, that was a good hack that the young man just had. Another good swing.
Yeah, he was up. He wasn't getting cheated on that
he's not.
swing at all.
No, he's not.
Now 0-2. Canyon has went the distance in this one. So he's sailing into the fourth inning. Don't know if we'll see a couple other pitchers tonight in this. It's been a while since folks have thrown. Bounces around.
I thought that was a good pitch, but must have been outside. I wanted to make sure I was correct. Chuck's daughter is graduating from LCU Saturday.
That's right. Her graduation is Saturday.
I mentioned that on the while you
Yeah,
were.
big shout out to. Oh, and then inside there, and she did a great job. She was in that the chorale productions at the ad. Great job singing in her time there at LCU. So congratulations to the Perkinses.
Yeah, when you were making your way up there, I mentioned that, and I thought, I just kind of winged that, but I was pretty sure it was his daughter. So
Yes.
So, like you said, congratulations.
Look, that's a wonderful time when they walk across the stage there. Whatever their path is in life that they go, whether it's a trade or whether it's college or whatever it is, when they are established in adulthood, that's a wonderful time.
Yeah, no, you're talking about trades. We need tradespeople as well.
Oh, dude, that rush that went on to college, and don't get me on this college situation because I'll get to talking about things that I probably shouldn't on here. But anyway.
You and I both.
Yeah, soapbox be darned. I'm not going to do it tonight. We'll leave that for somewhere else. But
well, I would say this. I would encourage anybody who's thinking about a trade and has doubts or reservations. Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs.
Good-looking pitch there and down on strikes.
He's got a great program going right now for people who are interested in it, and really gives them the whole spectrum of everything involved.
Well, indeed. And, there are a lot of these manufacturing companies that pay really well and will train you. I'm not saying a trade school is not a way to go, but I'm saying that's not also an option either. There are these Royal Martins and Crest Industries and dressers and air conditioning and HVAC folks that'll train you the way they want you. You're trained up. So kids' college is a wonderful thing, but it's certainly not the only thing that's out there. Somewhere there's parents, I guess, that maybe give me grief, but that's the cold, hard facts of life. But snap throw down to first, not in time.
And then if something does happen at your house because you become a homeowner, you purchase a house, you know how to fix it, so you save money there as well.
One misses outside, and that's a walk. And the runner at first is refusing. I don't want to go to second base. I don't want to go.
It's 90 feet, Coach.
That's right. I don't want to go. I've called some route wins like this. I've been on the side of a game that is the other way around when the visiting team is beating the brakes off of you, and they've got to hit all 5 times. The beauty is the Warriors won't hit but 4 times tonight. But been on some 70-point wins in football, some 70-point losses in football, blowouts in basketball and the like. And still, you got to prepare for everything, and it's games like this that are very, very difficult, Nick.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, you just look at the bright side of it. I would like to know, I'd be curious to know how many seniors Downsville has, knowing that this could possibly be their last game, as a high school. Looks like Brady's gonna pitch, Doug, so you get your pitch and change here.
That should send big time over to first base. And Seth, if I've got to figure it may go to third. That would leave the senior Jack Powell at second and Maddox there. Look at our infield or our outfield out here is Braden. Seth has made his way out to the outfield.
Number 16 is your new first baseman, Doug. I'll go over here and pan to him.
Okay, well, that is Ty Tarver then.
Okay.
Is over at first base. We've seen him play first. So it's a Seth Cook sighting in left field.
And over there to try to keep, I'm going to do it slow so people don't.
Getting loosened up with that big crow hop.
Yeah, getting a headache. But
a couple of others getting on here watching. That's great to see. Jeff Summers is on there. Lewis Martin. Jose Anaya. And then we, of course, mentioned some of the others that thank you to Ashley Simon's Cherry there. It says happy anniversary. Yes, thank you very much. We appreciate that for sure. I can get away with telling these stories because let me tell you, in 19 years, Miss Gann don't watch the broadcast. She does not do it. And I've said some things. Now, here's what I'll tell you. She does get texts from other people that are watching the game.
Okay.
When I say dumb Doug stuff, she does. She does get those, and occasionally I will get a mad emoji texted to me, and I know she's been informed.
I have to say she did come out to one of the Coach Bachman shows and seemed to have a really good time. You know, this past season.
I'm going to tell you why she was. She was delivering some shirts up there and came in with me. But it doesn't matter
Doesn't
why
matter how you got there. That's right.
But I'm going to tell you the good husband that I am, too, during those. I always, after the show's over, when we get our food, I get her something to eat and bring home to her. So, yes, I'm that. Don't let it ruin my reputation that I am really a nice guy, but I am. I know that. I know I hear the jocularity in your voice, but I am I am a nice guy. Don't let that fool you.
And I did, while you were checking on who was our viewers, where I did get view of Seth in left field.
Good-looking curveball by Brady Mack. Brady McDaniel, you remember, pitched 6 2/3 to knock off Northwood Shreveport in that, who at that point was ranked 5th or 6th in non-select 1. Had just beaten Natchitoches Central.
Well, with that pitch right there, I could definitely see how he lasts 6 and, you said 6 1/3?
6 2/3 he went.
Okay.
Yeah, K-Dub come in and finish the game.
Gotcha.
Off and going, and there is a stolen base. And actually, no, that's that's a down on strikes goes the batter.
Oh,
And
really?
He'll make his way into the dugout.
Okay.
Look, I watch this, and I don't have so I go back to look at our comments on Facebook, and because I don't have the volume on, it auto-generates the closed captions there at the bottom of it. And instead of saying the dumb Doug stuff, it said dumb duck stuff on there. So I even have trouble getting the point across to the closed captioning. Whoever is typing this is going, look, dude, slow down. It's okay. 19-0. Warriors lead this one, and this has been all Grace Christian. They put up 12 in the bottom of the first. That one lifted high, giving chase to Seth, but unable to get there. So we've seen Seth start the game out at first base. Canyon is done for the evening. Or no, he's over at third base, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
However, you've seen him 2 or 3 times this year get some good action over at first base. So you got Tarver at first, Powell at second, Adelaide's still out there at shortstop, Canyon right at third, Seth Cook in left, Talon in center field, Braden Wells over in left, Davis behind the plate, and Brady Mack, the 8th grader, on the hill. Rocks back and delivers this one. Swung through that one and missed, and down on strikes. And that retires it on the plate. Bounced around, got away from him, but the out down to first base. Warriors set to come up in the bottom of the 4th. Look to get some of these younger players in there, get up to the top of the 5th as quick as they can and get this thing wrapped up. Don't go anywhere. Hunter Lonsberry stands in there ready to lead things off in the bottom of the fourth for Grace Christian. That one ground up to second base, bobbled around, and not in time. And Nick, that is the 10th error on the night. And this is how that first inning started.
You know, but this is really, once again, I know we want to figure out the bright spot there. Lonsberry gets on base in a playoff game.
That's right.
I mean, gets a little experience here.
That one is a base hit out into right field. And we'll look in there and see. He got up on there quick and got a base knock for us. See if you can zoom in there and get that young man. Is that 6?
Yep.
Is who that is. Jackson Harrell gets that base hit, and name sounds familiar. You're right. His mom, Kimberly Harrell, proud sponsor of, or title sponsor of Grace Christian Baseball in the Warrior Roundup. Came in and pitched some this year in varsity action. And when we talked to Coach Brown about Jackson, he just couldn't quit beaming about the future with that young man. He said, sometimes you just find folks that work out for you.
Yeah, I met Marlene, knew him from the school, but we were Rosie Joe's eating a couple of weeks ago, and they were there, and went and introduced myself and told them thanks, and really nice couple. They
You bought their dinner?
2 newborns.
You didn't buy their dinner? No. Yes.
Did not. Did not. Sorry.
Rosie Joe's is a tough call when you buy dinner. I did not.
Thanks, Doug, for calling me out.
That's
for that.
right. Well, for what it's worth, I didn't either. I
was
wasn't there.
to say, yeah. I mean, it's.
That was an errant throw, and Harrell's going to beat it down to second base. They'll hold on to the ball, and it's like after you get to the double bonus and free throws, you quit counting them. And so we are, let's just say that it's a double-digit error night for Downsville tonight. Don't believe Grace would have needed the assistance, but if they get out of that first inning with no score, it's completely different.
Yeah.
And what you see here is both of these teams are working on some stuff. Downsville got a lot of their younger players, and you're right, that's a young man that is out there on the hill and just working on things for the future. Good-looking curveball.
Yeah, and he's battled for sure.
I don't know if you can catch maybe a zoom in and see who that is. I'll let you zoom in just a little bit and focus on there, and we'll try to get that here in just a moment.
That's Tarver. That looks like 16.
Yeah, that is. Tarver makes his way down to first base. Harrell at second, and Hunter Lonsberry at third. Jude Burns will get in there, ready to get an at-bat here in a playoff game. And Nick, you talked about it. These younger guys, JV players, getting some playoff action. And that I don't care what the outcome, what happens in here, it's great to be a part of the playoff atmosphere.
Especially if they get a hit or if they score a run.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And so they won't be running. They won't be running on the bases. Earlier in the game, they would have taken that base there at home. But they're up there hacking. You're not going to tell anybody. It's just like football when you get some mop-up action. You can't tell a guy. I hate them to go in there and just hand the ball off. Let your younger guy get some activity. There's a good hit by Jude over to second base. The flip to first, but that's an RBI ground out for Jude Burns. He scores. He gets the 20th run across. And just like that, he'll remember that RBI.
For sure. Just like Harold remembers his hit that he had.
That's right. Didn't quite hear the announcement on that one, so we may have to.
I think this might be, call me crazy. That might be Adelise batting left-handed.
Without the, then it isn't a base knock right up the middle from the left side. And he told us that he could swing it from the left side, and that is an RBI base hit from the left side for Maddox Adelaide.
I'm going to apologize to him right now. I did not get the hit because
we got him hitting it from the left
that's
side.
That's true. We got the zoom in, but we didn't get the ball. But yes, I thought that looked like him. So I got a question for you.
Let's have it.
There was a lot of possibility of some karaoke by his dad.
It didn't happen.
It did not happen,
and
I was just kind of
fruition.
I was just kind of wondering.
Well, Maddox told us on the show that he does a karaoke too, but his dad is the better singer in the household, and I've heard that his dad sang in our church a couple times. There's a little shoving action going on, and he's out at third base.
Yeah, Coach isn't going to be happy about that one.
No, and you talk about a snap throw down there. You don't want that to happen. I don't care if it's 2-1, 21-0, whatever it is. Middle mistakes they can't let you have.
That's the first out of the inning there. But so with that said, I just want to. I know that the crew that I was representing on, which I was representing the Warriors as well.
That's right.
But we were tasked with a challenge.
Who's we? Who was?
The Menard Show.
Okay.
Around the diamond with Scully and Marks.
Okay.
We were tasked with a challenge of a Blazing Wings competition.
Indeed.
And they came through with it.
They put on quite a run after that, yes. Won a lot of games in a row.
Hear about a karaoke thing.
And nothing.
That's right.
Yeah, no,
So
I couldn't get to competitors. So here's what I'll put out there, and we'll clip this up and put this challenge on there. Warriors win the state title. We're going to set up a karaoke night. We'll certainly do that. That ball is ground out to second base, flip to first in time, and that will retire the side. Grace Christian up big in this one, 21-0. Going to take touchdown, an onside kick, touchdown, another one to get back in this one. But Downsville up to their last 3 outs. We'll see what they have when we come back. Top of the fifth, we play here. Warriors looking to wrap this thing up. Brady McDaniel trots back out there for his second inning of work. On in relief, Canyon Wright, who was just very solid tonight. That looks like Jinx that stands in there. He came on to pitch the last couple of innings. One of the younger players, got to believe.
It's kind of like Milam being up there for LSU. You know, that strike zone changes.
Well, the Tigers are going to be peaking right at the best time of the year. They're starting to play a little bit better baseball than they did in the middle of the year.
Yeah. I wish I would have just gotten Jinx before he got to the dugout. He kind of did a little demonstration of how he swung. Looked like he was kind of laughing about it a little bit.
Swung on and missed there. And look.
Makes you wonder if that young man's seen anything, like this before.
And look, this is Brady McDaniel, the 8th grader that's pitching. Logan Markle, an 8th grader that has won a lot of games this year as a pitcher. Canyon will come back as a senior next year, so not going to get past this year, but they've got a lot of youth that is contributing this year, and the Warriors are 1 out away from punching their ticket to Sulphur.
Talon's 8th grade or freshman?
Talon's a freshman.
Freshman, okay.
Yeah.
And B. Wells?
Braden is a freshman.
Freshman, okay. So
Warriors will lose Cook, Davis, and that one is bobbled around at second base. Throw over to first, not in time. And Lonsberry unable to get that one, bobbled it up here, and their 2-out life for Downsville. They'll have another crack at it. Adelies, who got the base hit from the left side, stays in there at shortstop, and he is certainly the leader. We're getting shout out from left field over there. Hey, Braden.
Right field.
Right field, one of them. I'm backwards out here. I'm telling you. There he is. We'll see if we can get the camera on my man over there. Let's swing that around. Braden, there's Braden. There he is.
He is definitely taking the place of one Carson Courtright.
In fact, he has.
In the outfield.
Look, there's talent on this side of us. Let's go get a look over here at Talent real quick.
We're giving everybody a headache as of course, you know.
There's our buddy Talent. See if he can look at us. There he is. And Seth out in left field.
You know what you're doing, Doug. You're getting these young men in trouble. Coach Brown, he watches this. He's going to be like, Doug, they got a game to focus on.
Oh, they
Doug. Started
it. They started it.
Oh, yeah. How old are you?
Yeah, exactly.
You turned 19 or you've been married 19?
Easy.
There we go, 3-1 now. But
I told you time and time again, my friends, you can't be fun at the old ballpark. And this is just a little bit of that. They have, look, Talent is coming out of his shell, my friend. These that's right. You got to call that one a strike no matter what. Anywhere close, this has got to be ball game. It's 21-0. We're 2 hours in.
Chuck at 446 Sports.
That's right. Off and running, but it's ball 4.
Ooh.
Misses somewhere in the lower half of the strike zone for ball 4.
He did not get your memo there.
And look, so let me tell you that I admire that in an official in the fact that he's not changed his strike zone at all.
Yeah.
Come on, man. And I have to preface this every time so I don't get hate mail from any officials associations across the state or here at home. I'm not out there umpiring. You guys are doing a fantastic job. And, yes, I would have liked that ball to be called the third strike and us wrap up this 21-0 win. Yes, I would. I'll say yes.
And really about the only thing that I've really had a problem with was one official in New Orleans did not have a flag in their possession.
Yes. Absolutely.
In their possession.
2 strikes. Brady McDaniel a strike away from ending this thing and sending the Warriors on to Sulphur. That one hits off of the leg, and boy, Brady is beside himself on that one. And Coach Brown will come out and talk. Is that Coach Keene going to come out and talk to him?
That's JB. That's
yeah,
Coach
that
Brown.
is Coach Brown. He's going to come out there and then look. Come on, quit hitting people. Throw the curveball over for a strike and let's go. As I tell you, it has been a tremendous season following high school baseball. Nick, you've got a couple games to go in the quarterfinal round. A big weekend for Menard coming up.
Yeah, tomorrow 6:30, weather permitting. Of course, with the turf over there, they've been able to get in a lot more games than most people are. They host Dunham tomorrow. They'll obviously be they're changing.
Maddox Adelies will come in there to wrap things up here in this one. And look, as he warms up, watch him. He swings that leg around. And I think some of this, now come on now. Some of that's a little exaggerated, I believe. He'll look back in there, and I mean, he's got the swagger of somebody that you want to come in there in a game that's 1-0 with the bases loaded or 21-0 with the bases loaded. You still call on Maddox Adelies to come in there and do work.
Yeah, definitely getting some airtime as if batting left-handed and getting a hit wasn't enough, huh, Doug?
That's exactly right.
Being a starting shortstop's not well-rounded baseball player, and he's been your player of the week before.
Maddox doesn't like these jerseys.
I could.
You know why? They don't have the buttons.
Yeah.
So he's unable to keep the top 2 buttons open and have that swag. And I'm telling you, it's attitude when he's in there.
All right.
Maddox Adderley's on the hill, ready to go to work. Rocks back and delivers this one. In there for strike 1. 2 more of those, and the Orioles will head down to Sulphur.
But then the second game for the Eagles are Friday at 6:30.
Swung on and missed. And an if game would be Saturday. Now, if the weather gets you, it'll go to a Saturday, Sunday type of thing?
Possibly, but thinking Friday, Saturday, because it looks like Friday evening is going to be.
Adderley's gets the strikeout. Ball game. Warriors win it. They win it big, and they will head down to Sulphur. See the difference in a program? There's no dogpiling. There's no celebrating. There's no any of that. You did what you were supposed to do. You come out there and took care of business. Go out there and shake hands and wrap this thing up. And we will visit with Coach Brown, and I got to believe he brings Seth out here. He may bring Seth and Canyon. Not sure who he will bring out here with him, but we'll visit with him in the Warrior wrap-up show. Know if you can get them where we're going to be. We'll have to see. We may have to go to the home plate cam. We'll work on, or the pitcher cam. Matthew West sings the Warriors into the night and a 21-0 victory that went 5 innings. Downsville leaves the bases stranded after Brady got in a little bit of trouble. Maddox Adderley comes in there and defiantly slams the door. And student section and the fans welcoming their Warriors back over to the near side to a rousing ovation, and another trip down to Sulphur for the Grace Christian Warriors. Been a tremendous season this year. Coach Brown goes over 500 wins on the year. Warriors finish with a second-place finish in district. I'm going to tell you, that Downsville Demons team, don't hold your heads down. They showed some flashes there. Got into a lot of trouble. I think the stage may have been bigger than they were in the first inning, Nick.
Yeah, for sure. See Dr. Moore, the principal out there, congratulating the Warriors.
That's right. Got to meet him senior night. We were able to meet and visit with him, and it was great. And he says, "Now, who are you?" I was like, "Yes, sir, I understand."
Yeah, he had kids that both graduated. He had grandkids that are at Grace. So just been a Grace family for a long time. Retired from LSU Ag Center, and got into administration. So, but it looks like they're gonna. Yeah, as Coach Ladner's coming around there. Don't see Coach Brown.
Is he out getting the buggy? He got to come out here. Or they got to make him walk out here. They got the Warrior flag that's a flying. They had that in there for the coaches show in our regular season finale.
Brady with the flag.
Great celebration going on by the Warriors. They're taking a little group photo, and Talon getting a little piggyback ride there. Look, it's easy to be excited after a big win like this. Season comes to an end for Downsville. They finished the year with 17 wins. So great effort by Downsville.
And a playoff win.
This season, and a playoff win. That's correct, to get to this one. So just ran into a buzzsaw in that first inning, albeit just 2 hits, both of those Seth Cook, if you'll recall that. See if we can get a look at it. Coach Brown, if he's going to. I don't see him running around with the flag, do you?
No, he's actually bringing them back together. Saying, "All right, boys, it's time."
Yeah, he's getting them away from the parents.
Yeah,
is what
it's
he's doing.
Hey, it's time to get focused, and let's think about what just happened. And
final home game for the 3 Grace Christian seniors, Jack Powell, Cody Davis, and Seth Cook, finish out their senior season here at Grace Christian. Their final 2 games, somewhere they've been accustomed to getting down to, is Sulphur. Boy, they are hungry for that ring. There's no doubt about that. Anyway, you catch Menard perhaps Thursday and Friday, we said, weather permitting.
yeah, 6:30 first pitch at the Nest, playing against Dunham.
Dunham, the Dunham School,
Yep.
out of Baton Rouge,
Out
right?
of Baton Rouge, that's correct. They're number 5 seed. Menard's number 4. So it helped you. This is the first quarterfinal games that they've had at the Nest since Coach Jordan's been there.
Well, there you go. And now I'm free because we don't have any Red River Athletic Conference games until Saturday. So won't have anything going on there. As we get a look at Coach Josh Brown making his way in, and we'll try to get this headset down as best we can to him. Certainly think that it will make it. That didn't sound good at all, did it? It's like I'm... Seth, let's get you, Coach, the 3 seniors. Working on the Warrior wrap-up show, not to be confused with the Warrior Roundup. Easy there, big fella. Nick making his way around and working the camera. And we'll get an opportunity to visit with head coach Josh Brown. We'll see. I'll let Chuck position him just right. And we'll back him up just so, yeah, there you go. We're being joined here by head coach Josh Brown. And, Coach, big quarterfinal win for you after being off a couple weeks.
Yeah, kids came out focused, did a good job. Scout report was true what we saw tonight, and kids just come out and locked in and did a good job.
Scored 12 runs in the first inning, had 2 base hits, if I recall, in that with a lot of both of those by number 25.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot going on tonight. I just know we put the ball in play, made things happen. So.
You absolutely did. It was just it was one of those nights. Canyon was locked in, as always. You come in, and they're fresh off a playoff victory. So, you know, they were going to be ready to go in this one. But Canyon shut them down early on.
He did. A little layoff, but we inter-squad last week, and he did a good job. We were tempted to go with a couple more arms early, but, playoff game, you want to make sure you hold people down to 0, and so we decided to keep him out there. And, Coach O'Neill's doing a good job over there. The thing is, man, we went and scouted them 10 innings the other day, 2-1, and a lot of people were picking Northside Christian to win that game. His kids didn't make any mistakes. I think on the road, they got 4 seniors, but I think a little nerves, I think played a lot of factor in it.
That's what we thought. We thought the moment might have got to them just a little bit in this, but a tremendous season, 17 wins on the year for them.
Correct.
You guys go to 26 wins now, I believe, with this victory, and another trip down to Sulphur. Talk to Nick about it, and, a lot of teams, when they win their quarterfinal game, they're going to Sulphur. There's a dog pile and all of this. You got to shake hands and go back to work.
Correct. Our guys are focused. The last couple of years that we've been there, it's been kind of disappointing, but I didn't feel like we had the team maybe to win. I felt like we had a team maybe to get there.
Right.
This team's a lot different. We've got a good nucleus. And
look,
and
it's
a good
led
bunch
by
of
that
kids.
group right behind you waving that flag, too. That is the senior class. Played their final game here at Merrill Blackburn Field tonight. Tell me a little bit about those guys.
What a way to go out, man, at their home field. Tremendous leaders. I hope we can send them out with a state championship this year. And, we got to play our best baseball down in Sulphur. It's a team that beat us last time, family community. They come off a win tonight. They won 6-0 over Claiborne.
Right.
And it's going to be a dogfight. But these 3 guys are focused, man. Some of their classmates were telling me yesterday they're focused more than ever, and they are. And Seth's locked in, Cody's locked in, Jack's locked in, and we're excited. They mean a lot to our program, and couldn't be more proud of these guys.
Well, indeed we are, Coach. You've done a great job with them. We've seen Seth and Cody play together for a long time on there. Jack doing great. It was a good defensive effort tonight. It was good offensive effort tonight. It was one of those that you want to get into Sulphur with.
Absolutely, and these guys, I can see some tears coming down Seth, but we're not done, man.
No, not at all.
We got. I want to spend more time with these guys, so we got to keep playing on, man, and I want to send them out the right way. I love these guys a bunch.
Indeed, it is, Coach. We'll go ahead and let's bring
Appreciate
Seth in and we'll talk to him. Absolutely, you do. An emotional Seth Cook joining us out here, and Seth, we've come to grow up with you, brother, and just you mean the world to this Grace Christian family. Not to mention just this program, but all of us that have been through the Grace Christian family as well. So first of all, I tell you, thank you for the way that you've represented.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Look, okay, we'll get off of all of that. Take me through that first inning. All right, now hang on. What about the horn out there? The horn.
I didn't even know what it was at first. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know. I had no clue, and then I saw it sticking up out there.
Look,
but,
it was fantastic, and so base hit in the first, come back around. You had the big long home run. You were feeling it there in the first inning. How important was it to get out to that big lead tonight?
It's major. I mean, if you can jump up on a team, I mean, you're 9 times out of 10 you're going to win that game. Whoever punches first is going to win him. That's typically how it goes, but it just shows what we're capable of from the first pitch.
Without a doubt. Look, we saw you play a little left field tonight too. What? Tell me the story on that.
Well, so they subbed Brady in for me to hit, and then so I was sitting there, and then Coach Brown came over there and was like, "Hey, left field," and so
and you're like, "What?"
I was like, "It's been a long time."
Did you have to ask him which one that was?
I stuttered a minute, but
okay.
So, but no, it was great.
Look, as a senior on here, you've grown up with Cody in this program, Jack as well. What does this senior class got to do to focus and get business taken care of?
One game at a time. Can't look forward. Just play ball how we know how to play ball as a team and whole, and let the seniors lead it.
Seth Cook did a great job this season. Final home game here at the Burn, and it's been a spectacular one. Homered on your way out. We rang the cash register out there. Mom's got to make another little donation. So, look, I encourage you to go back and check out that segment that we talked about that on there. Seth, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, brother.
Thank y'all. I appreciate everything that y'all do, man.
Absolutely.
Thank y'all so much.
Absolutely. Let's get Jack in here, and we'll talk to Jack now. Jack Powell joins us. And, Jack, this has got to be the most uncomfortable thing for you because you don't like getting on the mic at all.
No, sir.
No, but look, finishing up a great senior season at home. Still work to do in the playoffs. Just tell me about your experience here at Grace.
Well, I mean, I came sophomore year, and I had to sit out, so that was a hard year. But then last year, I played most of the season. I didn't do amazing, but this year I've done a lot better at hitting, especially.
No, Dan, we've definitely seen that. Big game like this one tonight, it's got to get your confidence up as you head in. You guys have been off for a couple of weeks, but here's an opportunity to get right in a game.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we played amazing tonight, you know. I wasn't expecting that high of a score, but, you know, we'll take it.
Absolutely, you will. Back to Sulphur for another year. You guys have been down there and been down there before. What's different about this team that you say, hey, you know what, this is our year?
Well, I think this team has more confidence than the last years. And just the last years, we did not have confidence. You know, we were going in there I think we were scared. And this year, we have more confidence.
Look, you guys came out and played that way today. I know you don't like talking on the mic, Jack, but wanted to have you out here as a senior brother. Thank you for what you've done for Grace, and we're looking forward to 2 more wins.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Jack Powell joins us, and we'll be joined by Cody Davis here in just a moment. Making our way, visiting with the 3 seniors that are in here. And my boy, Cody Davis, is out here. And, brother, welcome aboard.
What's going on? It's been a good day.
Look, it's been a wonderful night, and indeed it has. You guys jumped out with 12 runs in the first, and you hit a couple of times in the first. That's got to make you feel good, give you some momentum.
Oh, yeah. Feels good. Last game we played at McNeese, played Stanley, hit the ball good. Whole team hit the ball good. I mean, I hit the ball, but, you know, just not finding gaps right now. But it's baseball.
Look, that's exactly right. That's baseball. And I've never seen you get down on yourself at all. You just keep out there hacking around about it. We had the stolen base watch on for you tonight, and I was looking for you to go at any time.
I tried to one time, and then he back picked me or picked off over there, and then after that, Coach Brown didn't give me another steal sign.
Yeah, like that stopped you before.
Yeah, I should have just went.
Right. Now you got to go down there and do it in Sulphur, without a doubt. We was hoping to call it out here tonight, but you've done a great job in your career that's on here, and I want to just move towards that final home game here at the Burn. It's been a wonderful, wonderful career. Still have 2 more games to go play, and we're going to speak that without a doubt. It's your time here at Merrill Blackburn Field and part of the great tradition that is here? What's that mean to you?
I mean, it's just great to be a part of everything around here. I mean, we have a tradition around here.
Right.
I've been to Sulphur, I think, every year since I've been in high school. We've been to Sulphur, and it's just nice to actually be a part of something, a good program that can go far in the playoffs.
You talk about tradition. Getting to Sulphur is one of those things that you guys expect to do. Most teams, a lot of teams, dogpile after a quarterfinal win.
Yeah.
You guys shake hands and go to work because this is not the dogpile moment for you.
No, I mean, we was, I mean, obviously we're a higher seed. We're expected to win.
Right.
But it came, game was, I think, a little bit easier, or not necessarily easier, but it went a lot better than everybody thought for us. Of course, Dowdsville went 10 innings with Northside, didn't make an error through 10 innings.
Had 11 tonight. in
Yeah,
the ball game.
I mean, they did great against Northside and had a dogfight, and that's good playoff baseball. But they came out here and just wasn't their day.
It just looked like the moment might have gotten them.
I think, me personally, I think they. I mean, even me, I've been in. I mean, these games several times, and I still came out here, and I'm still nervous.
Look, if you don't have the butterflies and something's...
my whole body's numb when I come out here and play.
Well, that just means that you love the game and you're passionate about it. Cody, bring the other two back in here just one more time, and I want to just...
Seth and Jack. Hey, Seth, Jack.
They won't look. Tell Jack he doesn't have to talk anymore either.
You're good.
Guys, this is one more look at that senior class here. They've got some unfinished business to take care of. From our man Seth Cook, Jack Powell, Cody Davis, guys from 446 Sports, the time that we've covered you, thank you. Looking forward to some big games in Sulphur.
Thank you, Mr. Doug.
All righty. Guys, that's going to wrap it up for us here tonight. For all of you around, my man Nick Magnano, I am Doug Gann. God bless you all, and good night.